This time I got us a infirmary.
Oh, that's right. You did that. You did yours quick.
I think Gareth raised his sensitivity.
Yes, I raised my sensitivity from -1 to 0.
Nice.
So
your
at least I'm,
reason, right?
yes, my reason. Sorry.
Yeah.
So at least I'm not handicapped anymore.
I need to figure out something.
I thought about taking one of my other moves out from the list, but then I ran out of decision juice and was like, "Fuck it,
fair.
Get rid of that -1."
And Paloma got us an infirmary. We have a well-equipped infirmary inside the Hargrave house. We had medical texts. Here, personal quarters. They could never be marked. Sweet. When the vulnerable move is triggered in the infirmary, each hunter can clear 1 additional physical condition. Great.
Oh, that's right.
So we got to do a lot of spending money and drinking absinthe and voyeurism in the infirmary.
Okay.
I just see Paloma like sitting in the corner watching me drink in Peter's shop. And then we all 3 have accomplished our goals.
Everybody's happy.
Only one person has to do their
Yeah, we
thing.
could do
You
all
keep telling
of
us
it.
that, but
You can do whatever you like, though.
Yeah. I know you only have to, but
It's not against the rules, though.
we're overachievers.
Nicole, did I ask you the paint the scene question for the infirmary? What do you see that is evidence of how meticulously clean and organized the space is? I forgot. if we
No,
did
I
that.
don't think you're asking that. Could
Oh,
you say
well, then
that
what do you
again?
see that is evidence of how meticulously clean and organized the space is?
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the library stuff too, when Gareth and Francis just ruined our library. And how Paloma probably is more of a force of organization. But how does she organize?
Oh, I need to go
I
back.
feel
to
like
when
things are
Brenda was.
sorted. Oh wait, so it's sorry. I just jumped in and my brain isn't working yet.
Yeah, you're fine.
Meticulously clean and organized. Is what
Yeah,
it says?
it's the question. It's on your infirmary move. On your
Okay,
sheet.
I'm not on there right yet.
Oh.
I'm still pulling everything up. I think things are I'm just thinking that things are like organized by what they're for. So there's like all the stabby things are in one area, and all the like wrap you up things are in like a different. Like it's very organized by function,
Mm.
and then sub-organized by form. So it's like Paloma knows exactly what it is and knows the area to go to for, oh, we want to slice something. But it might not be, which might not be obvious to someone who doesn't have expertise, but it is really well organized for an expert.
Well, it's especially not obvious to me and Peter.
Much like the library where y'all were like, we
Yeah.
should just start at the ends.
Because we have no sense. Although I have slightly more sense than last week, thanks to my upgraded stat.
All right.
okay. There's
Gareth,
been looking
is there
for a
anything
background
that
the
you
whole
did
time.
that's anything that you
So-
did in particular that caused that increase in the fiction?
I think that probably when Paloma discovered the library, she had a gentle talk with me explaining how libraries work and like
Awesome.
the most efficient way of finding things in a library. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that would have been a good approach. I'm going to remember that for the future.
Nice. And did Francis take your
I think I'm gonna grab Take It Away.
Ooh,
nice.
yeah.
To get
Yes.
some more vitality, but maybe next time.
Yeah, that's a good combo. So take it away is when you destroy a side character physically, spiritually, or socially. Describe how it makes you feel, scar your reflection, and roll with vitality. On a 10 plus, choose 2. On a 7 to 9, choose 1. If the side character is a worshiper, there is no need to roll. Choose
Which you can make almost anybody a worshiper via
with Giveth. Yeah.
Giveth.
So you can
Yeah.
double scar yourself.
And just get some cool
So
things.
basically, Peter's going to be looking to kill side characters now.
The combo. Yeah.
I wrote down a list of dead side characters, and there's a lot.
I realized that
the three
Paloma
things
is
you can get from
probably
that.
experiencing some trauma right now.
Yeah.
Just had a hard day.
So the three things you can do with Take It Away are clear any conditions you want, including beloved. Your next roll is taken with advantage. You can take something from your victim and add it to your personal quarters, and there are no long-term consequences for your actions. And if you don't take that one, there will be. So that's fun. Cool. I think that's it for Dawn, right? Did you mark your new Dawn questions already?
Not yet.
It's a good, it's a damn fine question.
Go ahead.
All right,
and
I'm still
uncheck.
trying to find my
Yeah, you're
old
fine.
background because
There's no rush.
I am on a different Zoom account.
I didn't.
I just
That
switched mine
one
back
works.
from the Brindlewood Bay game. So,
Oh,
what was the question?
There we go.
I was just trying to figure out what to make my
Mm.
Dawn
I'm just focusing on
questions.
the unimportant things. What should my questions be?
I didn't even notice that I had this. Did you create an ornate, over-the-top erotic experience for someone else's pleasure?
I feel like I could see you did that at the dinner party one. That's great.
All right, I've picked my new Dawn questions now.
Right.
Trying to shake them up instead of picking.
Yeah.
Now I picked did I have a face-to-face encounter with a dark entity, and did I counsel someone using my supernatural affinities as the basis for that advice?
And I'm gonna do vulnerable side again, just because that seems
Nice.
to nudge me in a good direction, storytelling wise.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to guts and having a conversation with the child while no one's looking.
Ooh.
Romance didn't work out for me, so let's go back to what we know.
Oh yeah, she died. So far
Yeah, I
the
think-
child is a
Let's shake
feet
it
and a
up.
torso right now.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
I could talk to that.
Just like it's a Goomba. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Who's a good,
Watch out for jumping plumbers, my child.
Paloma's like drawn eyebrows over the nipples and like a little
Ugh.
mouth under the
Oh
navel.
yeah, it's like in the belly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably have it set out laying down on the table, with where the puzzle pieces would go. So I probably
Sure, the-
imagine it as an entire child. I probably see it as an entire child.
Yeah. Do you have like
Because
the
I'm
police
seeing the
outline
future.
drawn on your table there?
Yeah.
Is it?
Just because you don't
In-
understand it doesn't mean it's not happening.
It's in your workshop / laboratory, right?
Yeah,
Or,
the basement one.
is it like visible to everyone who goes down there, or is it kind of like hidden away?
Oh, it's in the middle of the room.
Cool.
You have like an island you have to walk around. So anytime someone comes in there, they have to walk around it to get to me or to anything. I'm not hiding it. Unless I'm up to. Peter has a fucking picture in his room that he keeps scarred up. And sexy witch McGee over here. We've all got shit. It's fine.
I constantly have sex with dark entities.
Yeah. Hargrave House is a safe place. It's a brave
is.
space. It's not necessarily a safe space.
We're all freaks here.
All
Great.
freaks. Are we looking for a new roommate?
I mean,
And the creature of Cremorne Gardens via the new
Yeah, maybe the
one way to find out. Oh yeah,
I
I
see
so
it
let
kind of
me-
like Colin in What We Do in the Shadows. Like we probably have a really banal, boring roommate who's like, guys, could
Couch it.
just please don't
Who
eat
drank
my
the last of the
cheese.
orange
I
juice?
I
Come
get a
on.
special kind of cheese, and you guys always eat it. And
Cool. I'm gonna move us to day then. Boom. And let me
Good morning.
Let me recap the threats that we have in play.
oh boy,
We are still working on St. James Street Ghost. The questions that we answer, the question that was answered was what part of the ghost is the house attached to? And we decided that was the basement. We got the Old Bones custom move where you can, anyone who has the cosmic passage marked can summon a ghost from a building and get it to say stuff or do stuff. The other open question is how can we get the ghost to pass on to the next world? And that's a complexity 6. You have 1 clue open for that one. So good time. The other one is the creature of Cremorne Gardens. The only question open right now is the creature real or is it a hoax? And that's a complexity 4, and you have 6 clues available.
Hey, man, we're probably ready to solve that business.
Yeah.
Right. But this morning, you get a new threat. And this is the Whatley camera. The Hargrave House Library contained research on the so-called Whatley camera, one of the first wet plate type cameras ever produced. People who are photographed by the camera have been known to disappear without a trace. An American scientist and philosopher, Atticus Whatley, studied the camera for a number of years and proposed that it was some sort of entity, a demon or even a god, and that people who went missing had been transported into another dimension. Whatley advanced an idea called the fragrant void, a sort of earth that existed in near total darkness. And that was home to powerful entities who were banished by God on the first day of creation. He believed some of those entities could still operate in our world, hidden from view, perhaps through common objects like the camera. While his research couldn't prove the existence of the fragrant void, he did manage to show how the camera caused people to be whisked away to another dimension. Unfortunately, before he could present his work for review, he was killed, his notes were destroyed, and the camera went missing. 1 week ago, so that's all stuff that it's in your library. That's common knowledge for you. 1 week ago, a beautiful actress, Penelope Levy, disappeared. She was last seen at the Society Obscura, an exclusive and secretive club for wealthy photography enthusiasts, located in a converted townhouse in Kensington. A missing actress wouldn't merit attention from Hargrave House if not for the fact that her lover, Bert Broadswell, sent the hunters one of the pictures taken of her at the Society Obscura. Someone has the cosmic passage marked, right?
Yes, I do.
You do. Great.
Wait, what did you say? I mean, I had the old bones thing. Is that what you're talking about?
You have the cosmic passage marked, right?
Yes, let me double check that. I'm pretty sure I did that. Yes, I do. Yes.
Great. So, Gareth, something unusual about this photo that you received unmistakably confirms that it was taken with the Whatley camera. What is it?
Ooh.
I think it's that those like myself who are attuned to things not of this world, have a special sensitivity and affinity for them, get like almost an electrical tingle when you hold it. It's not quite, it's not like painful, but it's definitely like that feeling like a really low voltage when you're like, I think this is shocking me.
Like linking a battery.
Yeah.
Cool. So there's only one question for this one. What circumstances will cause someone photographed by the camera to disappear? Complexity 8.
We'll just take a bunch of pictures of it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, each one is a
You can
clue.
find it.
Exactly.
And there is a custom move that's available to Gareth, I think, called Voidwalker.
Sounds up my alley.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
great.
right.
We'll talk about it when it is appropriate. And I don't see any masks. I mean, I see a mask, but it's not a mask. So voila, that is your new threat. It's a brand new day. And it is
Everything's gonna be great.
great.
We take the
Oh,
day
yeah.
off, have a nap, play
I
some
think
board
Paloma
games around the
needs a
parlor.
break. Yeah. Paloma needs some cheering up.
Yeah, we're not gonna do anything
Some me
today.
time.
Gonna make eggs for everybody.
What's going on with Paloma?
Oh, how many conditions? I feel like I should get some conditions. So just
You have a twisted leg from jumping out.
I have a
window.
twisted leg.
I've still got
But
a
if you want another
scar.
condition for having your
Oh,
mother murdered in front of you,
So here's a
you're welcome to
question
take
for you.
one.
One of my conditions was super drunk, but like, isn't that just
Yeah.
going to go away naturally?
No, not if you don't
It's not going
stop
to go away
drinking.
naturally, but you, ironically enough, can make it go away by drinking absinthe with someone.
Maybe we switch out his absinthe with like electrolyte, like salts and sugars and water.
Just like grab something from the lab. And,
I'm like, this
So he
absinthe
thinks
tastes
he's
like
drinking
shit.
Absinthe, but
It's
sorry.
fresh.
Let me put some
Yeah.
licorice in it.
The worst batch of absinthe I've ever had.
Yeah,
fresh.
just keep drinking; it gets better.
You just keep adding things to it until you accidentally
After a
invent Dr.
nap
Pepper.
and that, it'll get better. Just trick him into drinking Gatorade.
You just convinced me that I'm just so drunk I don't remember what absinthe tastes like.
Yeah, like maybe your taste buds are affected.
Wow, you must be really drunk if you think that tastes like crappy absinthe because it's good. It's really good.
It's real good. Best I've ever had.
I do feel like I should get a condition for
Okay.
a murder
What?
in front of me because I
Yeah.
have each time I've gone out at night, someone has gotten murdered in front of me, and I know Paloma's strange, but I think not reacting to that doesn't feel super great.
Yeah.
I think she reacts very strongly to death, but often in different ways than other people do. But it is always a strong reaction.
So probably, she was full of adrenaline when A, the thing happened, B,
Oh, yeah,
she
'cause
stabbed
it
it with a
stabbed him.
scalpel, and then jumped out a window, and you jumped out a second story window after it.
Yes.
So you were kind of up and probably still buzzing when you got back to Hargrave House. What does she feel like when she starts coming down?
Yeah, I feel like now she's coming down and like kind of doing the after a bunny runs away from the lion shakes and is like shaken, I guess is the
Mhm.
descriptor of it's just kind of stunned and shaken.
Okay.
Is that good enough?
Yeah. Does that work for you? Do I just take shaken?
But
Yeah.
not stirred.
Which I guess might affect things like reason. I don't know.
Yeah. Hello,
Probably
guest
affects
in
a lot of
chat.
things.
Who do we have?
Oh,
What? Oh, I don't see. They haven't talked. They're a lurker.
We always
Oh.
have a fair number of lurkers.
that's lovely. I love lurking. It's kind of
okay.
Paloma's thing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Don't scare them away.
Ooh,
They're lurking.
Don't look directly at them.
So the last thing that happened with Gareth was the demon summoning at the House of Ill Repute.
Mhm.
The
The
demon
lady
Valis,
applauding him.
Yeah,
That's
Yes.
right.
ate the pimp, and then y'all had some nasty sex, and then it disappeared. The place did not burn down, and Violet, who is one of the older women at the house, said, "Congratulations, you're the new Toby." How?
Toby got eaten.
What are you doing in the morning? Did you stay at Hargrave House, or did you make yourself?
That's a
comfortable
good
there?
question. Yeah, I think I would have come back to Hargrave House to
Cool.
get my bearings, try to sober up and process everything that just happened. It was a pretty big night.
Yeah.
A dark entity sex, killed a pimp. It's a full evening.
And Francis was dropped off as close to home as possible by the ferry captain, who turned out to be one of his followers after an uneventful evening in the sewers beneath Cremorne Gardens.
Nothing bad happened.
Nothing bad at all. Although the tunnels has collapsed now, so it's
I'm sure that'll have no consequences.
it was like that when I found it.
Sure,
yeah.
well, not. It was like that when I found it.
Tunnels are overrated.
Yeah, bad sewage
Um,
systems never have repercussions.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's going to be how we eventually get the creature from. He's polluted with sewage.
Trapped.
It's our doing.
He's
He's not-
dying of cholera. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
He normally stays in watery places, but they're all polluted now. He's like, I gotta be on land all the time.
It's really an ecological morality tale.
It is. It is. We're the bad guys in that one.
Oh,
Well,
no.
Peter is at the moment.
We're his friends.
Cool. So what are you all doing in the morning? I'm obliged to point out that you are in a good position to do some work on the creature mystery, and also might be a good time to do an intimate scene. But everything's up to you.
Yeah. I definitely think at some point,
And
we should probably go for one of the creature questions because we got 6 clues.
we're all together.
So the new infirmary thing lets us clear 2 conditions. That's its deal, right?
Let me read it again.
Is that what the deal is on that?
Yeah, because I think I
When
would
the
like to go to
vulnerable
the
move-
infirmary.
Yeah, when the vulnerable move is triggered in the infirmary, each hunter there can clear 1 additional physical condition.
I feel like it's probably a good
Let's
time
all
to
go
do
to
that
the infirmary.
because
Yeah.
I have 2, and I definitely feel like before I can be productive, I probably need to stop being super drunk. And
Okay,
if
I
I
hear
can-
that, but also
Alternatively.
if I can also get rid of the face scar, then hey, bonus.
Yeah, let's and the infirmary is a new place, but
Right, and I feel
I'm
like we'd
guessing
be-
that these are all things Paloma has had, and there was like a spare room, and Paloma's like, I have a surprise for you all, and is like limping over. He's like, look what I fixed up.
Ooh, this room looks fancy. We've got like an actual like medical table now instead of just an armchair from the
Yeah,
study.
now we don't have to move the child to get onto the table.
And it's very well organized.
Super organized.
It's
don't
so
touch.
organized, even I can understand it.
I-
It makes
pro-
sense to
probably
me.
No, probably not. You think it
Francis
does?
is just staring like at all of the categorization and is making faces like, oh,
I think it's-
yeah.
So well organized that I think I understand it, but I've got it totally wrong. I'm like, well, obviously you've got it organized by chemical compound. No, that's not how. Oh,
I call
but all these use the same basic chemical. That's just coincidence. That's all right. Just thought that's on purpose. Very impressive.
Francis is staring at something written in Latin and trying to sound it out silently.
It sounds like poetry when it comes from your mouth, Francis. Let's see, and then the vulnerable move. I have to remind myself what
So
that
Has
is.
to be
Looking,
somebody indulging their.
Yeah, the vulnerable move is when you have an intimate moment with another hunter while one of you is engaged in your vice, you can clear a condition. If it's your vice, you can also get a clue or invite the other hunter to ask about your past.
Okay, well, Paloma's pretty upset. So
Is there any absinthe?
I think we should start drinking again.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I'm somewhat indulging just because of the old hair of the dog thought. Yeah, I was like, I can't. I mean, it's probably not best for me to just go absinthe free.
It's always worth the coin. So.
Abstinence.
To go from like
Abstinence.
super drunk to just
Abstinence.
cold turkey.
Abstinence.
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 So I should
Abstinence.
probably like slowly wean off of it.
Just say no.
I like only drink 1 bottle today instead of.
It's gonna go down by
Yeah.
square law. For square
So
law.
what makes this moment intimate and who is there participating?
I feel like after Paloma tried
Yeah,
the thing
it's
with
a party
the
for
fake
everybody.
with the fake absinthe. I feel like at some point I was just like, no, this absinthe is crap. I'm getting a new bottle.
Yeah, maybe
So-
Gareth is not very good at telling exactly what everything is in the infirmary, but you do know where the alcohol is.
Oh, yes, very well.
That is
The
rubbing
thing that-
alcohol, though. That's rubbing. That's okay.
I
But
do
there
want
is
to fix
absinthe
this.
there just for Gareth because I know he
Like
likes
Francis seems to have like radar for there's a drinking get together going on.
it. Yeah, Francis was like, "Oh, I heard there's merriment."
I heard the glass is clinking from from the third floor across the West Wing.
That's a
We
question.
have like little beakers, and we're like,
Can the vulnerable move include us all, or does it have to be like
Yeah.
2 characters? It's like,
Yeah,
okay.
it includes anyone who is participating in being vulnerable.
I think we should have a little party in the infirmary.
Yeah. It's exciting.
I don't know
new
how
room.
we could go shopping.
The Christian,
or how we
you know,
could
the
be a
Christian
voyeur.
minute with Samantha. Yeah. Only need one.
Or I mean, I guess if we invited someone over and then I hid and you guys had a party with them.
Maybe if I have a mail catalog.
Yeah, you could fill out a mail catalog. Oh, maybe we could make like a collage out of things from the Roebuck catalog.
Because we have to indulge all 3 vices, right?
That's the idea.
Even though Mark will repeatedly tell us we
No,
don't,
no.
but we do.
The 2 of you don't know I'm there and I'm hiding the person.
We're overachievers. This is like in a video game when you're convinced you're going to get an achievement for doing something really great, and then you don't. You're like, what is bullshit? There's no achievement for that? God damn it.
She get an achievement for that.
It's like, we get a bonus for all 3 indulging our vices, right? No, you
No,
get
no.
nothing.
Experience, extra experience.
We get the thrill of knowing we did it.
But I'm happy to just do one
Yeah.
as well.
So tell me what you're sharing with each other. Intimacy purposes.
I like the idea of a catalog, though. I wonder if, like,
Yeah.
I like that might be a good conversation piece of like maybe Francis is like, oh, I got the catalog, and then we're all kind of like pointing out things that we were hoping the house would have, and that could be
Oh,
a
yeah.
great discussion of like, back in my childhood we had a vase just like this one, except it was blah, 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 blah. I don't know. That could be like a starting point.
Yeah. And I think I think that Francis, as an inveterate shopper, over shopper, like has this exhaustive knowledge of the products involved. He has a reason of -1, and this might be the first time in a long time anyone has like cared about what he knew rather than how he looked or acted.
Mm.
Oh,
And so
yes.
yeah, I think he's choked up and emotional, like just giving detailed descriptions of housing goods.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we are still like riffing on this joke of like having a new roommate. Maybe we're like have a spare room we're setting up, and
Oh, yeah, and that
it
can
just really
eventually be
needs
one
some
of the-
things.
And we still have a couple of possible rooms in the
Oh yeah,
move,
we have new rooms.
so we could be effectively setting up that like ritual chamber or the room.
Just daydreaming, but like if you could buy any object out of this catalog, what would you buy?
Oh, yeah. What could be the most ridiculous thing?
Gareth takes the things that Francis takes the thing that takes up the spread, the centerfold spread.
Yeah,
I mean,
unfold.
That's a
could buy
car.
a house.
You could buy houses,
Yeah.
yeah.
There were houses in the Sears catalog before.
Oh, you could have an entire new house.
I mean,
yes.
Personally, in a perfect world, it would be nice if Sean had his own room.
Oh.
Agreed.
Oh,
All right,
yes.
all right.
All right. Priority, Sean getting a room. Put that to the top of the list.
Until we see fit for someone else to move in, we might as well let Sean have some space and
Yeah.
I'd fit it with shiny things and some branches.
Paloma has a chalkboard that she's making sure
Oh,
that
man.
she moves Sean's room to the top of the list.
Sean's room can be a custom move, I assume, in the future.
New custom move, Sean's room.
But yeah, I think Francis is like pointing out curtains and like a small bed that the bird could have.
Oh,
Nice. Does Paloma want to talk about why she's shaken at all?
yeah. Yeah. I bet the other two pick up that I'm like not myself. And I'm trying to remember the name of the person.
Um,
Sylvia.
Sylvia Rivera.
Rivera. Oh, yeah.
Ah, Sylvia.
I have bad news about Sylvia. I guess I should. Sorry, everything's kind of jumbled in my head. It all happened so quickly. But I did see the monster last night.
What? You saw the monster? Which
And-
which one?
I saw the fish one.
Oh, Fishman.
Killed. I was meeting Sylvia at the library. And he got her.
Fishman
I
got
did-
Sylvia.
Yeah,
Oh.
I did. My practice that you were taking me through, Gareth. That you and the other those wonderful voluptuous ladies you hang around. That you were teaching me the quick stab.
Oh yeah. Yes,
Or
yes.
one of them was, I think, Penny or Sally was teaching me she says she uses it on the Johns all the time. And I was talking about how I'm tired of freezing up when bad things happen. And she says, oh, you got to train yourself to. Anyway, all that is to say is I did get a stab in. It busted out the window. And then I did too. Turns out, second floor.
Are you all right? Did he harm you?
I have a twisted ankle, and he ran off. So
Huh.
it was enough to scare him, even though my friend. I don't know. I don't even know what it all means. It just seems so senseless. Kind of like Dirty William. I feel like I'm I feel like a curse. I feel like maybe I'm a curse. Maybe we should
Well,
investigate me next.
Well, to be honest, I hope that I'm wrong. But I hope it's not I that have cursed you both. Well, I mean, my entire life I've been surrounded by dark entities, and I hope they're not somehow winding their way into your lives and causing havoc. I do think I should share something with you as well, because it hopefully will not affect Hargrave House, but I don't know that it could. In that last night I was indirectly responsible for the killing of an unsavory person who used to forcibly employ Sally.
Oh, Toby. Fuck that guy.
Yes, Toby is no more.
Oh.
He was consumed by a dark entity. And that was my plan. That basically went exactly as I planned.
In the spirit of also being intimate, while we're sharing, I should share that I was meeting Sylvia to get some access to files, yes, but I was also meeting her because I haven't told the two of you this, but I was thinking about trying to have a relationship for the first time since passing of what was my Willoughby's name? Oh my gosh. There's now so many
it was
Willoughbys.
Anna Verona, actually.
Oh,
Changed
Anna
it from
Verona.
Willoughby. Yeah.
You changed it from Willoughby?
You changed it.
I did?
Yeah,
Why did I do that?
because there were so many Willoughbys.
Oh, she could be a Willoughby. I have no problem with that.
Okay. Either way, it's fine.
No, there was another Verona Willoughby. I didn't change it.
Oh,
You were
I had that.
I think you were confused. Yeah. There's a Verona
Yeah.
Willoughby who's the newspaper person who I hate, but
Ah.
I think it's because she's my sister-in-law.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all Willoughbys. I'm not gonna take that back.
So many damn Willoughbys.
Anna Willoughby. Yeah, since the passing of Anna, I was thinking about, we're doing so much remodeling around here and things seem to be picking up, and I thought maybe it'd be time to try something new. But I don't know, Gareth. What do they say in your line of work about signs?
Well, they do say that we each have our own darknesses to deal with. I've never heard of one person's necessarily infecting others, so I suppose that's just my guilt talking as opposed to having any actual factual basis. I just know that the darkness follows me, and so every time something bad happens to someone I care about, I worry that it's my fault somehow.
But darkness doesn't seem to follow Francis. Francis, you seem to have a, I don't know. What's your secret?
And on that cue, Francis takes a swig of absinthe, winces as he sets it down, and says, "I nearly drowned myself in shit last night."
You mere excrement.
I went to the sewers beneath Cremorne Gardens, got myself lost, got confused, and went to the dead end of a sewer outflow and got trapped. And the waste level got higher and higher, and I was thinking that these could be my final moments. That Francis Quinn is dead because he was so very ignorant. So whatever
does that
curses
remind
you
you-
have brought here.
Does that remind you of the kid who drowned when you were a kid?
Oh yeah,
Samson?
right. I should have known, since drowning seems to follow me. A childhood friend gathering up an old toy on my behalf. Passed the same
Well,
way.
One thing I can tell you both, being quite experienced with darkness and dark entities, is that you cannot let yourself start to believe that it is a foregone conclusion that the darkness is winning or that you can't escape it, because that is how they gain hold, is by stomping down hope and by whittling you away until you believe that you don't have a choice in the matter and that the darkness is inescapable and that you're somehow cursed and obviously it's your lot in life. It's never true. There's always a choice and there's always a chance. So no matter how much it feels like pushing that boulder up the hill, you must never give in to the despair of believing in a foregone conclusion or a foregone path of fate.
Ooh,
Silent swigs of absinthe.
Yeah, I think we
Plum-
just kind of sit in
Yeah.
silence after that.
oh, sounds like Francis is all dried out. Paloma's talked off her shakenness, and the absinthe has taken the edge off your drunkenness. Paloma,
It's
how are
his
you?
day absinthe. It's like watered down.
Yeah.
Paloma, how are you taking care of your twisted leg and Gareth's face scar?
I think the twisted leg, it's pretty straightforward. I can just kind of put it in a splint while we're here.
I feel like
Um,
usually, like as part of the spirit of this whole gathering, you're probably showing us some basic medical maneuvers. So you're like, I think
Yeah.
you're showing me how to like tend to your sprained ankle in case it happens
Nice.
again. I'll know how
I'm
to
like,
do that.
yeah, so I have my foot like up on the table and I'm having those two do the actions, but I'm kind of taking them through it with all of the hijinks that ensues. But Gareth's scar,
And again, that doesn't mean the scar goes away. You could just be like okay with it now, or
oh
It becomes
yeah.
even sexier.
Well, you could
Yeah.
have. Yeah, I was gonna say you
it
could have
just doesn't
perhaps
affect him anymore.
in the infirmary a type of a certain type of rare poultice
Yeah,
that at
something
least,
that
like,
contains vitamin E.
kind of mutes it and makes it
Oh, I had
settles
some
it down so it's
let's
not
say
like-
I had like a seaweed poultice that like makes it look, depending on what you want it to do, Gareth, like whether you want it to be something you just accept or if it's just like not as angry.
Yeah, so it doesn't look as like bad and oozy, and it stops hurting
Yeah.
and just becomes a feature more than like this stupid thing that bothers me on my face all the time.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it is
let's say
still
I got
pretty
some
fresh. It was
seaweed.
just a couple of days ago that you got there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's more, I think,
We have
making
like a
the pain
seaweed
go away and
poultice.
the puffy ooziness of it go away.
Yeah,
Nice.
we can do that.
Cool.
And maybe ensuring that it will heal properly this time.
Yeah. Because it keeps getting reopened.
Yeah, because she would probably know, you know,
Yeah.
that you have to kind of keep it
Maybe she
closed somewhat with a
Yeah,
butterfly
maybe we
clips or
put some
whatever.
like butterfly or we stitched it for him.
And that'll at least minimize the scar and it won't be just big gaping.
Yeah, it's not
horrible.
gaping anymore. Now it's like stitched and it has little seaweed.
And I was like, oh, see, I thought I needed to be like scraping it out every day to get the gunk out of it.
Oh.
Letting it breathe.
Paloma
Yeah.
gives them a very brief, like basic first aid, and it's like, if I am in a position where I am injured and I cannot help myself, I do not want you doing that.
Just pouring absinthe on it. That's absinthe is gonna
No.
work, right?
Oh.
No,
Put the sugar in first. Yeah.
just kind of like lays out some of the basic first aid, and it's like, okay, here are the
Right,
things we
okay.
could run into: twisted
So
limbs.
don't
bruises,
dig
cuts.
don't dig at your wounds to clean them out. Got it.
Yes.
Got
Yes.
it.
Wash
If you
your
remember
hands.
nothing
There's
else,
that,
please
there's
remember
that reason
that.
coming through. Yeah.
Oh,
Got
wow,
it.
you seem smarter today, Gareth.
Ah, well, I'm learning much from you. Apparently,
Well, that was a
sometimes
lovely
Francis is just blinking at the whole thing.
sometimes my instincts in certain areas seem to be completely wrong.
All right, so the day is yours. Anything in particular you'd like to start off with?
I'm floated. I don't think Francis should float the idea that. So we all think that the creature from Cremorne Gardens is real, right?
Well, judging from what Paloma just told me, I'm
Yesterday, I would have said absolutely not, that it could be explained away by science, but now I have touched it. And it is either a very convincing fakery or something beyond.
Let's see.
I think
feel
it
like
is some
we could-
kind of creature that has hitherto been able to stay out of the sight of man, and now as man congested cities and expansionism and exploitation of the environment comes into its habitat, it is now coming into ours.
I feel like we could explain the fish scales by matching them up with her implement of stabbiness.
Oh yeah, my
And we could probably be
scalpel.
like, looks like the same scales to me.
And this bile is obviously
that
not
blood,
from
too,
any
blue
known
blood.
creature.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's clear that a creature living beneath Cremorne Gardens could have access readily to the places it's been seen on the surface.
Mm. Yeah, now that you know the entire
The sewer structure.
sewer system by trial and error.
And the clothes, if this creature were intelligent, which it seems to be, if it's trying to get around places where it might be seen,
Ooh.
it could be wearing those clothes to cover itself up
Oh, yeah.
and pass among crowds without even, because obviously it can't just go while walking through the streets. People would panic and say monster. So if I think it's disguising
Oh.
itself sometimes.
I remember why you have Paloma hoax written down, Mark. I think Paloma thought it was a hoax last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
I
so
was
we
hoping
have,
Mark decipher some notes that he brought to me earlier.
we could also say that, I mean, we know that it has all the keys to all the locations, and well, that doesn't tell us it's real or a hoax or not. No, never mind. So we could roll with +4 right now,
And the
then that would be
sailors-
-4.
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
So
If we
that's a
want to do the sailor's
2/3.
hymns, I have an idea there too.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah,
like
because
we-
I mean, keep in mind also, we can always explain how a clue is not related to, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that one of the mechanics? Like it doesn't
Yeah.
have, we could also be like, oh, well, this has nothing to do with it because blah, blah, blah.
How many are we wanting to use?
I thought we wanted to use all
Question.
6, but I'm.
Yeah, I say
Okay.
that Paloma has done some research in the Book of Sailors Hymns while reorganizing the library, and was like, "Oh, I matched up all the Sailors Hymns to known creatures, so things like whales and squids that we have since investigated, and there was one anomaly, and it does seem to be a fish sort of man. So in these sailors' hymns, there seems to be evidence that this is a creature that only those people who have ventured outside of the realm of man have even encountered.
And that, where were
And
those
remember, the
keys?
creature also has a Siren E song that it has.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and did I find the keys in the
in
in
the
the
sewer.
sewers?
Yeah.
And I can think of no other reason why the keys would be down in the sewers. Like, it should have just flown out with everything else to the sea. Something was keeping it there. Something that lives below the gardens.
Perhaps
Wants
the
access to everything.
perhaps it dropped the keys when it was shedding its disguise clothes.
Mhm.
Perhaps.
That
All
would
right.
explain how it gets around if it has keys for all the different
Yes.
places.
So that's a 6. So you can roll +2 to solve for the creature being real.
Not it.
Yeah, Francis.
All right, on it. Is the creature.
My rolling history has me
Francis
gun
is the only
shy.
person who hasn't killed someone else.
Let's
Nearly
see
himself,
here.
but
No, not a fudge die. So
Hey, Nicole
2d6
Bennett's in
plus
chat.
2.
oh, that's me.
So 2d6 plus 2.
That's correct.
All right, rolling now.
Dun, dun,
11.
Boom.
kabam.
Super real.
So
Um,
frighteningly real.
Yes.
Well,
But no mastermind clue. Oh well.
Sorry.
face to face with it.
Oh, was I within one of a mastermind clue there?
That's all right.
Sorry.
Do you want
That's good because I'm not gonna make him run out of mastermind clues.
No, there's plenty. There's so
All
many.
right.
It's just a timer for how soon is before they show up and start harassing you.
Oh,
Episode
Cool.
3.
Yeah. So let's see. Creature of Cremorne Gardens. The creature is real.
what is the
Da-da-da.
devil's bargain on this?
What?
What was
No,
the
that's
devil's
not-
bargain? Okay.
That's not in this game.
Okay. Never mind. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just making a joke. Really good joke. Um, so if it is real, what does the creature want? And that is also a 4.
Friendship.
Yes.
to find a nice place in the city with an extra spare room for it.
That will
yes.
accept it the way it is. It's not evil. It's just a,
A
fish
fruit
man.
house.
He's like, I'm just a fish man, and everybody assumes I'm a monster.
He'll be our most normal roommate. 'cause he
All I
actually
want is
doesn't
to
have any powers.
swim and eat krill.
Why not, creature?
Cool. So we've got a real ass fishman.
Real ass.
Congratulations.
Oh,
Nice.
that means we solved the question today.
And oh yeah.
Fucking A.
And that will let you oh, the other one. So if when you do the next question, if it is real. It's real.
That shit's real.
Cool. So when you resolve that question, then you can resolve the threat by luring the creature to you, then destroying it or convincing it to go back wherever it came.
Or
Your choice.
mentioning that we've got a spare room.
Yes.
Yes.
More importantly, friendship.
Because it turns out that's where it came from, Hargrave House. It was living here, and the old Hargrave people kicked it out because they were like,
Aw.
"You stink the place up. It smells like fish all the time. And get out,
roll-
fish
roll
man."
with -4.
How did Francis get a mastermind clue out of
Oh, and I made a mistake last time with the mastermind clue.
Oh no.
How dare
Or maybe the person who you misspoke. The story is not about Theodora Braithwaite.
Yeah, no,
but
that was
it's about the story of her coming out to the saloon and being drunk with all her friends. That was Tati, her
Yeah.
daughter.
oh, okay. We
Who
didn't know the
are-
relationship,
is
but we knew
her-
the name was different.
Yeah.
but really they're the same person is the real secret.
And she's part fish too.
Yeah, and our new roommate.
And a ghost. She's the ghost of a fish woman.
Who likes to
Weird
take
camera.
pictures.
That's right. She's the ghost of a fish woman who got sucked into another dimension when someone was trying to photograph the ghost of a fish woman because they were like, holy shit, the ghost of a fish woman. Sucked to another dimension.
Exactly. Solved. We did it. Now we
Done.
go back to shopping.
For Sean's room.
It's really just like a Stardew Valley game from here on. Just making sure we get the right room, marry the right person.
We got to go collect 5 wood, 6 iron, and some posies to make Sean's room.
And several unholy ritual ingredients.
What's Sean doing?
He's eating some peanuts.
Just been eating peanuts this whole time.
That's a good life.
Hanging out with us. It's really good.
Sits on my shoulder. I feed him peanuts.
Oh, Sean. He understands what's good in life.
It works out well because Gareth prefers cashews while Sean likes peanuts. So we don't,
Yeah.
we're never into each other's snacks.
Oh, so you could do magic about seeing distant places.
Yes, that is what Sean's good at.
Huh.
Helping me
So-
see different distant places.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Like places that you get sent to and taken.
That's
into a
pretty
camera.
distant.
I wonder
Pretty
if that could be
distant.
combined with the old bones move.
Ooh.
I mean,
Oh, I
the
like the way you think.
Obscura, what is it called? The Society Obscura
Obscuraverse.
is a building, so
And that,
oh,
that
okay.
implies
building
the
with camera.
existence of other verses and other versions of us. There's like Paloma with a goatee.
Francis also with a goatee.
Yeah, there's it's a
But
universe
still-
where literally
still-
everyone has a goatee. Yes.
Sean.
Just
evil Sean.
Evil Sean.
Except they're not goatees, they're actually Van Dykes.
What?
Oh,
The
That's a good
goatee
point.
is just the beard.
Oh, interesting.
If it has a mustache, it's a Van Dyke.
I was gonna apologize for taking us off tone and off topic, but he has helped me out.
Oh, let's see. Is there any? I feel like there has to be some information in Hargrave House about the Whately camera.
I
Mhm.
really want to knock this damn ghost out.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's a
library does
P1.
have plenty of research on the camera. If you want to hang out in there and look for stuff.
I feel like from a min maxi perspective, we need to get Francis talking to somebody.
Yes. Get him back in his element. He's so upset because he's swam in shit all night. We should get him back, his spirits back up.
I'm trying to figure out. So I don't know if this is. What are we doing right now? We're still in day moves. So-
Yeah.
You're in the morning. You just finish up your absinthe breakfast and doing whatever you want next.
Absinthe and nuts. I mean, I don't know. I know that Gareth in particular thinks he should probably check on Sally, and also while there, it'd be a good chance to maybe try out this old bones move
Yeah.
Yeah.
to learn more about this ghost.
Do you want to go over to St. James Square by yourself, or is it someone coming with you?
I mean, anyone's welcome to come who wants to. I'm not
I
going to force
feel like
anyone
I
to come. though.
probably should go with just to see if I can nab another clue about that. We've got a
I mean, that's-
complexity 6 thing.
yeah, I
there
certainly have no
now.
problem with all of us
Yeah,
going.
I should go too, just for I've
Yeah,
got nothing
cool.
better to do.
Group outing.
Group outing.
And I mean, after what
Um,
happened next time, I think it's probably wise for us all to go.
I know, it's like, let's stick together. We're also like
Yeah.
a little afraid to get split up again. I
Last
think.
time I technically
Yeah,
died at
Bad
least once.
experiences.
and had to use a mask to not die there again.
Yeah.
Cool. So you head over to St. James Street and knock on the front door, and the door opens just like 6 inches or so, or a foot or whatever, and Albert or Harold. Albert is from the other game.
I wouldn't even know it. I can't
Overboard,
keep track
yeah.
of anybody's names. I'm horrible.
I didn't remember
Harold-
my wife's name.
You could say any name, and I'm just back. Okay, who's that again? I don't.
Harold Beale, the father, kind of the Dursley looking guy, kind of like sticks his head out and he looks you up and down. Oh, back.
Yes, sir. Look, I know that we haven't had the best history here, but for one, I just wanted to visit and check on Sally, and two, once again, offer our services.
We have
all
learned which room the ghost is bound to.
Yes.
Well,
we have some more information and some more abilities now to help you be
Perhaps
rid
there
of
could be
this.
help of cleaning up or something, or organizing.
Well, I'm not paying for your
No, no.
extra abilities.
No, no.
you
No,
should
this
have
would be pro
talk with
bono.
you should have a talk with your friend Sally,
Ipso
because she
facto.
disappeared after that first night
Oh,
and hasn't
no.
come back, and I'm sure she's taken something. The looks of her. Where did
Disappeared.
you dig her up anyway?
Sally would never
Dig her
steal
up.
from you. She's a good woman who just needed a helping hand.
No, she's not reliable, is what she is. And now I've got to find another maid.
Sally, that doesn't sound like Sally to run off from something. She never left Toby.
Sir, I mean, please understand, it is extenuating circumstances with all that has gone on in this house. I'm sure it would shake even the most unshakable of people.
Well, I'm unshakable, and it hasn't shaken me. I suppose come in. It can't be worse than last time, I imagine.
Can't be worse than last.
I think he's mostly ignorant of like the details of like the bad stuff that happened with Irma and whatnot. He just knows like
Yeah. 'Cause
shit
Irma
got-
killed Sally, right?
maybe.
Oh, maybe.
I think Francis might, like, as they walk, just ask a few questions about, like, do you remember where you last saw her? Obviously, the more details we know about her disappearance, the more likely we are to find her and get back any goods of yours that she may have
Yeah.
absconded.
So good
Well,
with people.
You put it that way. Let's go ahead and make a investigation roll, not a meddling
So
roll.
good with people.
Information roll.
Okay.
With that's presence, it looks like.
All right, so that's 2 dice plus 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go Gadget Peter.
Rolling.
Go, Peter, go.
10.
Go,
Solid
Peter.
10.
Dang.
Yeah. Let's see. What do we have? What do we have? Yeah, let's do that one. Yeah, so he asked the question again.
When was the last time you saw Sally?
Like, well, of course I saw her. She was in the kitchen helping Irma with dinner, and then that night, the night that there was a racket, she must have gotten scared off or something, because I haven't seen her since. She wasn't even there for dinner, come to think of it. And as he's kind of talking and you're walking, Roger, the kid, kind of like tears in from, like, he's just running around the downstairs. He comes in from the side room and runs past you in the hall. And he was 9, but
Now he's
He
9 and a
seems-
half.
he seems, yeah, I mean, like, he seems like he has grown an inch or two, and his face looks like it looks older than it did before. He's still a kid, clearly, but
A kid
Probably.
who's seen some things.
Yeah, it's probably nothing, but
Probably nothing.
his appearance has changed so that he seems subtly but notably older. And he like kind of like looks at Paloma and is about to like, and then just tears off and like tears upstairs. And you can hear him just like he's just running around like a little
Heathen.
wild man.
Tasmanian devil.
I think they would say like an Indian back in.
Oh, no.
I don't think that's appropriate.
No.
I've never
no.
heard
We
that
live in a
phrase.
parallel universe where there's not racism.
Yeah, we don't do that. We don't do that here. He's just running wild. He's just running around like a wild kid. That's all.
Like a marathon runner at the Olympics.
Rapscallion.
Like a fish man.
Failed his drug test. Cool. So that's that. And so where do you want to look? What do you want to do in there?
Well, I definitely want to try to.
Old bones the hell out of
Yeah,
that
old
basement.
bones. No,
Yeah, we
uh,
just gotta get Garrett set up to
Start doing some wall hugging and.
It may also help
Mm.
Garrett's confidence since last time did not go well.
Yeah. Are
Um,
there any?
Okay.
Oh, I was just going to ask it in a min-maxy sort of way if there are any reason-heavy sort of investigations that maybe Paloma could do.
Oh yeah, yeah.
While I'm communing with the building.
Hmm.
Yeah. What does it look like when you fire this off for the first time? Like this is you know that like you have this sensitive feeling now. So what
Yeah,
is
and I
it-
I
what does it feel
definitely
like?
I know somehow innately that I need to, that every building, the history of the building and all that have passed through it throughout the years is infused within the actual materials. The things the walls have seen, the lives, all that energy is in the building. And so you can, it's almost like you can use a building like an antenna to the other world or to ghosts and things because it's attuned, it's like resonant. And so it's the same way you use an antenna to help pick up radio frequencies. If you can just attune to the building and vibrate with the building, it helps you see through the veil and speak with people on the other side.
Cool. We're just gonna like go somewhere and vibe with the building.
Yeah, I figure probably down in the basement again because we know some reason we know about the basement, right? That's where.
Yeah, we know the
where it
location
was
now.
Found to. Yeah.
Do you look any differently like to an observer? Like what would Harold think watching this?
I don't think so. I think you would just think, I don't think they used the term back then, but hippie shit. Just like, oh, ooh,
Mumbo
communing with the
jumbo.
building.
Oh, it's one of those
Uh,
spiritualists.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you buy into the
Oh,
spiritual.
yeah, it's one of those commune with the building types.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll with your sensitivity, which is a 2 now. Yeah.
Yeah, 2d6 plus 2. I have a saved roll because that's the way I roll.
Cool.
Come on. Good roll.
No whammies.
That's not a good roll.
whammy.
Yeah, that's all I get is whammies. Telling you,
Boy.
this whole dark entity curse, it's playing out
bad.
for real, man.
Oh, and we didn't. Was there a
Oh, we didn't do the thing. Yeah.
do
Oh,
what
yeah.
that
Um,
thing is?
Keep forgetting every time the first time we did.
The house
So-
catches fire.
Catches fire.
Burns down.
What were you afraid that would happen if this didn't work? Oh no, this isn't a day move. This is just
Oh, okay.
this is just this move. Yeah, we don't have to do
Special
that,
move, yeah.
but I'll remember now.
I mean, it's the first time I've used it. I'm getting to know it.
Yeah, get the hang
Give me a
of it.
break. It's a new thing. I don't know how to use my toys yet. It's like apparently I discovered this time that licking the building, not good. It's like, okay, it's too far. Too far.
I think as you're like, you are starting to get like a little tingle there, and as you feel like you're just about to like, it's almost like you can hear someone whispering. You
Oh, I
can't
got
really make out what they're saying yet,
I got something.
and like just as you feel like you're starting to get a word, Irma sort of like bustles down the stairs,
Oh, no.
thumping.
God damn.
And she walks right up to you and like pushes you. It's like, what do you think you're doing here again? Mr. Beale, I said if those three came back, this would be my last day, and I cannot stand this here. So either they go or I go. Right now, decide.
Was Irma one of our followers? One of my followers?
No, I
Not
don't
yet.
think so.
But she could be.
Could be, and then she could die.
You had two followers, right? You had the boat guy and the guy from Morton, Inspector Thomas Simpson,
Oh yeah, Tomsy.
and boat guy. Yeah, so she like is looking expectantly at Harold, and he is very awkward. Like he wants to be polite, but he knows that he can't afford to live with those servants. How do you react to this?
Me? Who are we talking?
Yeah, any of you.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought-
sorry. I thought this was.
For some reason, I thought Peter was doing something.
Oh, I was just asking if Irma was one of my followers or not. Answer: no, she is not.
Not yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure if there's any way we can salvage this fucking situation.
I can come in, scar the thing, and make her a follower.
Let me just see. I've used all my items.
I mean, you can always put on a mask.
I'm gonna quickly run out of masks. Let's take a look. See where. I am confused about the gilded door mask. I don't understand what that means.
Let me see.
It says you,
The gilded door. Oh, you take a condition, most beloved.
that you can never
um,
clear.
Yeah. Unless Francis.
There is a way I
uses-
can clear it, but
Yeah.
on myself.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll just jump straight to blood-soaked portal. Just
And then Gareth is physically destroyed.
I am
Could use it.
cursed.
We could
I
use
mean,
a
do
cowboy
you-
werewolf. Yeah.
Keith, would you like Francis to come in and follow, giveth like our problem away here?
I mean, I feel like anything that can be done, just because, I mean,
I'm for it.
God,
Okay.
I
Let's
feel
kill
like
Irma.
we're just at a dead end, and this
Yeah, I'm going
we just
to
keep failing everything we try at this house, or I do
House is
anyway.
no good. We need to burn it down.
All right, I am going to have Francis come in. I'm going to use the giveth move.
All right.
I
Actively
will
destroy
scar
this
my
house.
reflection. I'm down to nine scars left. Is what I can do.
What happens when
Um,
you're all scarred up?
Don't scarred up. Oh.
Ooh, okay.
I'm
That's heavy.
dead then, basically.
I mean, I can certainly put on a
Whoa.
mask. That's an option. I mean, I'm got way
Oh,
more
so this would
masks
be
than
a
anybody, but
two-star
there's
move.
still plenty left as well. So we're not quite at the danger zone of running out of
Yeah.
masks yet.
Well, I think
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
guess we
a-
don't want to willy nilly make him do that. Mm.
I think having Irma on our side will having a follower in St. James Place is good for us
Mhm.
as we
That's
try
a
and
good
take
point.
down that
Yeah.
+6 thing.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you do that, how does Irma signal to you that she is one of your followers? She subtly or not so subtly debases themselves before you in the scene.
Oh man. I don't have any immediate. If anybody has any thoughts, that's great. I think
I feel like maybe there's a term they use for you. And maybe in this moment, she's like, when she's railing against me, she'd be like, oh, if you all weren't associates of the Grand Master, or whatever the term is. Then,
oh yeah, of the
then I would-
undeniable.
Mm.
Undeniable. I love
if you
it.
weren't friends of the undeniable, I would not put up with any of this.
Um,
And then realizes that Francis is there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
immediately like I wonder if like there's some kind of sign of the cross, but it's
Oh,
a Francis
no.
version.
Yeah. I feel like it's somehow miming a mirror
Yeah,
and it turns
like
into
holding a mirror
bird.
up to your face.
Yeah,
or,
like
I don't
hold-
know.
Like a
holding a
little
hand
logo.
mirror and then it flies
Yeah.
away.
cool. Yeah. So when she sees you there, she like does the sign and like bows a little bit. It says, that one, he can stay. The others have to go.
Yeah, okay. And yeah, I want to do an information move, I think. And I think I'll just ask, if this is okay, I'll ask Irma, let's see, if she's heard any messages from the ghosts, either as an audible voice or something in her mind,
Mm,
hearing about the ghost's desires.
yeah. Cool. Let's go ahead and do this one with sensitivity.
Oh, god damn it.
Which is 0. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is
Yeah.
this is gonna be a little bit.
Sorry, I botched that one, guys.
And I'm like, I can help. She's like, no,
No
you
worries.
can't.
No.
Go away. Like, so-
No
fuck
worries.
you, you're cool.
9. Okay,
9.
so there is a drawback of some sort. There's a complication.
Yeah, I had a good one. Where is
Oh,
it? Mhm.
I'm trying my best, everybody. We're gonna get 3 clues now, I think.
Um, ooh. Yeah, I think. Oh, this is good.
At least you're
Um,
succeeding.
So when she does that, the mirror motion.
Yeah.
Let me write this down. The mirrors. When she does that, she, like, after she says the he can stay, but they have to go.
Mhm.
Her, like, she looks back at you and sort of does the thing again, only before her hand reaches her face,
Yeah.
her just goes blank, and she stares at you like she's never seen you before or know where she is at all. And she slowly brings her hand up to her face with the mirror and
Uh-huh.
closes her fist, and you hear cracking from all over the house, the sound of cracked glass from
Okay.
upstairs.
And she starts punching herself in the face.
And then as soon as that happens, there's like a moment of silence, and she comes back and like looks at her fist and looks at you, and she like seems really embarrassed that something happened that she wasn't aware. So she's like, yeah, strange. I'm gonna go up and get my things, but there's no good. Strange things happen when they're around. Bustles back upstairs.
Okay.
And yeah, Harold, Mr. Beale is just like, I'm so sorry. She's been so shaken since Ginny So it's been trying around here, honestly. I'm sorry that I snapped at you about your friend Sally. But I just can't. I just want things to be reliable and steady and normal here. And ever since that day, it has been the complete opposite. My son is running around like a madman. My wife barely talks to me as it is. Irma's has her spells now. I don't if the building is settling or I don't know what's happening. He just he sits down on a crate and kind of like puts his hands in his face.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do anymore.
And I think, I don't know if this is okay. This feels like it's time to do an information move with Harold. Sorry, Henry.
Mhm.
And I think it's a sort of trying to play up empathy. It's like, I can understand this is a challenge. It's often good to get these things out into the air. What other trials has the family been facing now? You are very strong to have endured all of these things so far.
Honestly,
The
reason
I don't know if I need to roll for that or anything.
Yeah. We'll roll in just a second.
Okay.
Yeah, he says like honestly, the reason I didn't offer to pay you for your clearly valuable services. I've run completely out of money. This house is beyond my means, and
Yes.
Sophia doesn't know. No one knows, but I'm going to have to do something desperate if we're going to stay here, and I can't let them see me. I can't let them see me poor again. I will fail them one too many times. Yeah, go ahead and make that roll with your reason or your presence.
So 2D plus 3. What is his name? Harold?
Harold, yes.
Just tell him to turn it into like a haunted tourist place. He'll make
Rolling
That's
with
George's
that.
idea.
Scared.
Seven.
Scared B.
Seven, just
Scare
barely.
baby.
So
Oh, yeah, this is
I've
perfect.
introduced
Great.
another complication, guys. Sorry.
Cool. Let me write this one down here for you. And he actually pulls out a he keeps in his back pocket like a notebook like about this size.
This very notebook.
This very notebook. And he hands it over to you and it just says, this is my ledger, all my finances. I'm sure someone like you clearly doesn't worry about these things, but the rest of us, I mean, everything's just too much. Look through it for yourself and you'll see that I've been, some would say stingy, but I would say frugal, to keep ourselves appointed in the manner that we deserve. But it's just look. There's. Tell me if you see anything wrong. It's clearly all plain as day there. And in the ledger, there's a lot of like normal stuff, and you can see like he's actually really good at managing his money, but he feels like he has the duty to keep up appearances. So there are a lot of essential expenses that clearly he could do without.
But they seem essential to Francis, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, Francis is like, I don't see anywhere you could cut.
Yeah, there's no room for.
And
14 mirrors.
As you flip through the book, the handwriting becomes a little bit more erratic, especially in the last week or two. And there's a lot of strange household expenses that when you point them out to him, he doesn't know why they're in there or how they got there. Like thought casting and dream whisperer and pig gifts, things along those lines. And he's just like, Well, I certainly
Grammatically, this
haven't bought
could be
any.
the gift of a pig or
Yep.
gifts given to a pig.
Oh, I'm not fond of the creatures, but I don't know that I would give one a gift or as
Or
a
the gift of a pig to a pig.
I heard you like pigs.
Don't
No
look a
doubt.
gift pig in the mouth, I say.
Yeah, and he just, like pouring over the ledgers. I don't understand. It must be that my nerves have just been completely. I
We've
don't know.
met many
I've-
people under circumstances such as this, and if you only knew the tragedies that befell people who were not strong enough to withstand the trials of the supernatural. No, this is understandable weight of the understandable strain of a stressful situation. You are a very strong man, Mr. Beale.
Well,
Tapping the notebook on him.
he kind of like straightens himself up. He's like, I like to think so. But and of course, a man must do what a man must do for his family. So in that respect, you're entirely correct.
If it would help, I could organize an over-the-top erotic.
We could have a gala. We should have a gala
I'm
for him.
Not saying you have to say yes, but gently putting
But
the
it's
offer on.
Already happening. And
There
I
will
think
be a fish man. It will be exciting outdoors.
I think after that he kind of like slowly trudges back upstairs and kind of like over his shoulder, like not even looking back, asks if you like want anything to eat or like, I'm just gonna go to the kitchen and do something. I suppose I should get used to it since Irma's probably gonna go one way or the other.
Oh. Yeah, I think he asks for, and he can't help asking, like, do you have any fine fruits? I don't even know.
He's
what
like-
that
He's like not he's facing away from you, and you see him just like
Kiwi or dragon
slump.
fruit.
A persimmon or a
A
kumquat.
banana.
He might have an apple.
Common fruit.
Yeah, so he heads up back up to the kitchen. Yeah. Still down in the basement. Anything else you'd like to do?
Me?
Anyone? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that after the kerfuffle, I would have left and gone back to Hargrave House, where I'm going to try the old Bones move there, thinking maybe a familiar
Ooh.
space.
Oh,
I can
wow.
get my
Good idea.
bearings on how to use this move in a more familiar space that's my home turf, and maybe I'll
Nice.
fare better.
Cool. So you're just taking off
Creepy
after Mr. Beale heads up the stairs.
Yeah, I mean, I just figured whenever everything kind of blew
Irma
up and
was-
Irma was pissing off, while
Good
Francis was trying to
idea.
cool shit down, I was like,
It's like
I
fucked
should
up,
probably
right?
just go.
Cool.
I
Is
hug
Paloma
the
still
wall
hanging out,
again?
or is she go with you?
Sorry, could you say that again? I'm having some internet problems.
No. Did Paloma go with Gareth, or is she still hanging out?
I think that Paloma, if it's okay, if it matches, Paloma kind of sunk into the background. It is gonna go maybe sneak off and try to do something reasonable around the house.
Yeah. Cool.
Like maybe
Um,
so there's other rooms, like there's attic and
Yeah, there's still the entire upstairs you've never been in. And
there's like people's rooms. I wonder if it might
Yeah.
snoop or something.
yeah.
It goes with the voyeur
I'm
thing.
thinking that, Paloma probably, since we know where the activity is in the basement, Paloma's probably already got like a murder board of like, okay, well, if this happened in the basement, and then this is, and then it's kind of like trying to follow the trail back up to the servants' rooms. Like, is thinking like, okay, maybe
The
this
servants'
was-
rooms are in the basement.
I'll check out. Okay, the servants'
Oh,
rooms
yeah,
are in
and-
the basement.
And the one room is completely boarded up. The one where Ginny used to be, because
Yeah,
Gareth blew
that's
a
the
hole
one
in
I
the
wanna
wall
go in,
there.
I think. Oh, that was the one they were in
Yeah.
last time.
Yeah, and you've already
Okay.
done that one.
Well,
already.
maybe I want to go upstairs to the nicer bedrooms in that case.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we tried that one. Let's reasonably, deductively go to the other things. I don't know.
before
But
we
yeah,
do any of
Gareth can do
that-
his thing first.
Yeah, before we do any of that, we've been going for almost an hour and a half. So
Oh,
if
yeah.
anyone wants to take a break, we can do that.
I
If
could
not,
really use a
I'm
break.
okay. Yeah, let's take 5. Is that good?
Cool.
See you in 5.
All right.
Interlude
Save that one
music.
for another threat. That's gonna be good.
Snacks.
So I have a non-game related question. Do you, Mark, and you, Nicole, have like pro Zoom accounts or whatever, like the sub?
I do. Yeah.
See, I'm wondering. Perhaps I've cracked the mystery. Maybe that's why you two have bigger pictures than me on the non-video screen.
Hmm.
I always try to figure out, well, how come you guys got big pictures and I've got a smaller picture? Because it's not the size of the picture. Because like I uploaded a full size,
Right.
whatever.
Well, that's a subtle status symbol. Ooh,
Yeah,
nice.
it could be.
Oh.
Could be.
They put
could
a little
mean-
crown on you.
Could mean you're VIPs
Oh, that's funny.
with your paid subscriptions.
I know I sometimes sign into the incorrect account.
Hmm.
But I think this is the Texas account.
Yeah, I know that technically I can sign in to my UT account as well, which is, I think, might have all the pro benefits, but I don't ever do it.
Hmm.
Never need them.
Yeah, I figured like I got it when Zoom started becoming the primary way we communicated. I was like, $15 a month is totally worth it to be able to run something for more than 15
40
minutes or
minutes
whatever.
or-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be playing a lot of games, so $15 a month is totally worth that.
Yeah, I haven't tried. I've never hosted anything where I needed more than 40 minutes, or so I've never had a reason. to. And like I said,
It just-
think.
Cuts you right off. It doesn't give you any warning or anything.
Oh yeah, because I've been on meetings with other people who don't have pro accounts,
Oh no.
but it does say up top if you account down, it's like 5 minutes left.
Hmm.
For me too. But then yeah, if you're not paying attention, you'll be talking, and it's over.
Mhm.
But I think I've never tried it because I have. Technically, I'm a UT employee because of contract work I do with 2 different departments now. I just picked up a VO gig through a friend of mine,
Oh, nice.
voicing a bunch of educational modules for UT now.
If you ever find a VO gig that you are not able to take, point them at me because it's something I would love to do more.
Yeah, me too. More.
Yeah.
The more part.
The more part. Cool. Let's do Paloma first since she's there at the house.
Yeah,
so you
I
head
think she like
upstairs.
went back into the curtains that
Mhm.
line the hallway and is like making her way around the house through the curtains and like peeking out every now and then.
Being a little sneaky Lou.
Mm-hmm. Trying to get some
so
voyeurism in if I can.
I think most of it's not like a palace. I think most of the walls are wallpapered, but there are plenty of curtains to hide behind.
What? Why not?
Um,
Hamlet.
it's not that.
Hamlet lied.
It's not a castle. So are you heading upstairs?
Just
you said?
take this curtain with me then. And I go. Yeah, I'm going
Paloma-
upstairs because we haven't.
Paloma brings her own curtains.
Yeah, so we haven't been upstairs. So I was like, you know what? I'll go investigate and do detective work upstairs.
Climb the stairs and there are clues everywhere.
Just right at the
Laying
bottom.
about.
Like
There's a-
left at the bottom of the stairs, like you leave stuff to like for yourself when you're gonna take it upstairs.
She gets
All the
upstairs
clues.
and there's another murder board. Someone else has put with clue, 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 clue.
Oh, here's all the clues.
So on the second floor, there's a hallway that goes down like straight from the stairs. And there's 4 doors, some of which are ajar and some of which are not. And then at the end of the hall, there is a hatch to the ceiling with a ladder already pulled down. Yeah, so where would you like to go?
Sorry, could you say that last part again?
At the end of the hall, there's a hatch on the ceiling with a ladder that has already been pulled down into the
That
attic.
seems like a clear invitation.
All right.
Excuse me, sir.
No,
Where do you
it's-
keep all your clues?
I bet there's a lot of clues in an attic. Yeah, and I guess because the ghost is pre-Beals, and because I know the Beal, I just overheard weird that the Beals. I'm trying to use my reason, and I realize I don't use it very much in this game. Um, and because the Beals were saying they like to put on appearances, I'm thinking that older things that may not come to his like
Mm.
modern
Oh,
sensible
yeah.
standards
Oh.
might be in the attic and might give me clues. It seems
An
really,
interesting
really
theory.
reasonable. Super reasonable to do this.
That's
not
so
have to
crazy
talk.
reasonable.
I don't have to
It
talk
just
to
might work.
anyone. I don't have to be cool under pressure. I can take my time, right? There's no way for
I
this
can't-
action to be
I can't
anything
handle how
else.
much reason is in that.
It's really reasonable. I'm
So you
just gonna
cl-
stay away from the other things for a while.
you're
Fuck,
climbing
that's
this
reasonable.
ladder to the attic. As you're climbing up, you notice it
Vitality
is
roll.
much lighter. It's not dark up there. In fact, it's lighter than you'd expect any room to be. And as you kind of poke your head up, you're probably a little bit taken aback because the attic has been completely remodeled into a nursery, and the entire thing is decorated in soft pastel colors, nice blues and greens, and some yellows.
Girl, then.
And in the center of the nursery is a bassinet, a crib,
Full of body parts. Someone else is
This is
putting together a
super-
child.
So triggering for
Just
Paloma.
relatable.
Yeah, it is full of body parts, but they are all put together into a baby.
Well,
and-
I can change that very quickly.
Alice is there, the mother, and she is just
Oh,
like
okay.
playing with the baby in there. And she like hears you come in and like starts a little bit, but then she's like, "Oh, Dr. Safby, is it?
Oh, I know what I want to do.
Please come in. You haven't met Mary Alice, have you?"
Oh, yes. And Paloma's going to play it off as if her child, like she still has, like, be like, oh, to be a mother is like, they say the cliche of like, it is the greatest gift, but indeed it changed your entire world, does it not, Alice?
Oh, it does. I would do anything to keep little Mary Alice safe. I probably spend too much time up here with her. I'm not afraid to go downstairs. I have dinner down there, and I have to go down there to get in and out. But it's just, it feels better up here, you know.
Yeah.
Paloma, how do you know the ghost is with you right now?
I wonder if the bassinet's like rocking, even though
Mm,
she's not touching it.
yeah. It's the baby's like it's a fat
And it's
little
like
baby.
rocking a little bit like jerkily.
Yeah. She's like a baby. And yeah, the bassinet, the cradle, that's what the word I was looking for. The cradle is rocking back and forth, and she is interacting with the baby, but not rocking it. And she'll when she turn away to talk to you, it continues like rocking by itself.
Seems
What brings
reasonable.
you upstairs? Can I help you with anything? Are your friends here?
yeah, we're all here from Hargrave House, and well, the thing is, I mean, we're here to, our reasons to be here are twofold. One was to apologize for the state that we left the house in last time and to try to do our best to make amends, and also there is still more mystery surrounding this entity in your house, and we are people that like to finish the job, so
Oh, I'm glad that someone is taking this seriously. I know Harold's very busy and he has a lot of concern for us, but I feel like he's more focused on his own matters and he hasn't talked about Ginny since, you asked about her, I suppose. I don't know. I just know that I'm going to do what I can to feel comfortable in my own home. And if that means spending some time away from my son and husband, I'm sure they'll understand.
and so we're trying to figure out how to get the ghost to pass on to the next world.
Yes.
So I think I want to ask Alice Well, Alice, it seems like you have been more keen and sensitive to these things than other people have. Are there certain things that you notice the entity gets more riled up about versus maybe some things that calm it down? So I'm trying to like talk with her and gather information from. She seems to be more observant than other people in the household.
Yeah, for sure.
Using lots of reason.
Lots of logic.
Lots of not sensitivity.
And I drew a diagram, and there's pros and cons chart.
This still does sound like you're using
Parabolas.
presence
Mm,
with her.
God damn it. I don't know how
that's
to
fine,
use
it's just-
reason, I think. I don't like
reason is
what
going to
would-
be for so if you hover over that little triangle on it, studying books, researching a problem, examining a crime scene, otherwise engaging your mental faculty.
Oh, so I can just ignore her.
Just
Forget that question.
Okay, instead of that question, I'm gonna do experiments on why the cradle's rocking.
Leave me alone. I'm searching for shit. Go away.
No, I'm fine doing a presence roll. I just
Okay,
was
good.
like, I feel like I can't. Okay, yeah, that's helpful. Studying books, researching a problem,
Yeah, and
examining a
all
crime
the
scene.
yeah, all of them have the little triangles. So
I
you
just
can
feel like
see
I used a
what
lot
they-
of mental faculty to, as someone who doesn't have a lot of social stuff, Paloma uses her reason to engage with people. It's called masking, and she's quite adept at it. Yeah, okay, fine. Presence. So I rolled 2 die.
Yes, just 2 dice straight up.
Talking to humans about human things. Roll.
Oh.
God damn. 1 and a 4.
Mm-hmm.
At least I'm not
Okay.
alone in my dice misery.
Yeah, you're not alone. You can be assured of that.
Peter eats up all the dice luck.
It's fine. We give it to him gladly.
Let me see here. So you're not getting that clue. Oh well.
I'll learn how to use my reason. Study what these moves are.
Let me check.
Only
the
books
safety
from now
sheet.
on. No
Yeah, we'll
people.
We'll just plant you in the library at
Yeah,
the
I know.
Hargrave house.
Never leave this place.
I already tried the library here, but I think I made a mistake and talked to somebody while in the library.
Every time we go to some new place, we meet like, do you have like a library or somewhere where Paloma can go and sit for a
Do you have
while
any
while we talk?
books? I don't need to talk to any people. It's best if I don't.
I think what happens is, so what were you asking? You were asking her if she notices anything.
If I was trying to figure out like what upsets the ghost
Yeah.
and what might calm the ghost and let it move on to the next world.
Yes. I think she is like she's looking down in the cradle while you're talking to her, and the cradle just stops.
Great.
And when you kind of lean in closer, Mary Alice is still there, but she's not moving, and she's turned completely blue. And the cradle is not rocking anymore. And Ms. Beale looks up at you, and she has hollowed out cheeks, pale skin, sunken eyes, and it takes you a moment to realize that it's you.
Great.
And she just looks really confused, and just kind of like looks pleadingly toward you, and then looks at the baby, and she's kind of like silently panicking. What do you do?
So she looks like me.
She is you. Yeah.
She is me, and she's upset about that. I'm offended that she's upset about that.
Oh, yeah.
Perfectly good way to be.
Ignore her and find a book.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta get away. I learned my lesson and stay away from humans and get a book.
And if you
Examine
look
the
like her
crimes.
now, you can just kind of stick around and
Yeah, this seems like a great deal because then
absolute win.
2 Palomas. what do I do?
Yeah,
Does
what do you
the
do when you see
baby need
yourself with
medical
the,
help at this point?
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
What does
I
Paloma
thi-
think?
Mark, that feels a little open-ended. Could you give me some options?
How do you react when you see a mirror version of yourself with a dead child? What is that?
Oh, the child is dead.
I mean, she is not breathing and she is blue and cold.
Oh, the child is blue and cold. Okay, I
Yeah.
thought that Alice was. I was not.
Oh, no, sorry.
Well, okay. So she looks like. Sorry, I'm just having processing problems. She
Yeah,
looks
you're
like
right.
me. Her child looks dead.
And the cradle abruptly stopped.
Yeah, Paloma freaks the fuck out.
Yeah. What does that look like?
Okay. Paloma yells like, "Not again!" and grabs the child and like is gonna try to resuscitate it. Like Paloma has relived, like her child just disappeared, and so she never got a chance to revive it. But she has since learned any way of reviving a child in case
Yeah.
it happens. And so she's gonna try to do CPR on this.
Yeah.
Child.
And when you yell that basically at her, she just like her mouth opens like too much and she just puts her head back and screams.
Great.
And then when you feel the baby moving in your arms, and you look down and she's fine and she's like grabbing at your finger and stuff. But when you look up, Mrs. Beale is there again, and she looks terrified of you. And she's like, please don't hurt her. Please don't hurt her. How can I help? What do you need? Just please, can I have her back? Can I have Mary Alice back?
Trade the baby for a clue.
I know. I think Paloma is like really like kind of frozen in the moment because it's been a really long time since she's held a live baby. Like this is even more disturbing to Paloma than the dead baby.
Yeah.
Like the dead baby, she could take an action, but like a live baby, she's like, oh, life is way more fragile than death. Death, I know 1,000 ways to come back from. Life, I don't know how to maintain it. I think she says that. And it's like, oh.
What was there anything that physical you were starting to do to revive the baby?
Yeah, I think I had the baby on the floor. It was like doing baby CPR, which just involves breathing.
Yeah.
No chest crunching. They're too fragile.
Yeah. What you're sounds like you're getting a condition from this. I'm trying to think of what the most
nothing is wrong with me.
Your
everything's great.
It's fine. This baby's alive.
Extra reasonable.
Yeah, I just gotta stay away from people. I think I just need to not talk to
Drop by the infirmary after doing research in the library.
Pop around. Terrified of babies. I don't know. You
terrified of like living children.
Nice generic
I'm just
condition
gonna
called fucked up.
I'm just gonna put terrified. And this is gonna stick with you because it's extremely stressful. And Ms. Beale is like slowly coming towards you, like, please just give her back to me. Don't hurt her, please.
Yeah. So I think Paloma does that and is like, oh, Paloma is now everything's kind of catching up to Paloma now. And it's like, oh, this woman is upset about me, not about this. And like gives the baby back and is like, what?
And she like takes her, like scoots back and like checking to make sure she's okay.
And I think Paloma still like wants to know, like, well, then what did you see?
You grabbed Mary Alice out of the cradle and screamed something about not again, and then it looked like you were, I don't even know what you're going to do to her.
You didn't see that she was dead?
No.
You didn't see that you were me?
I'm sorry. Are you? Can I offer you a glass of water? Why don't you go downstairs and I'll have
I think
I'll
I
have
should. I'll see myself out.
Irma fix something. Okay.
I think Paloma
Um,
like wants to get out of there and like wants to go back to some like Hargrave House also. This is
she
the
puts the
second
baby-
member of Hargrave House to be like, nope.
She puts the baby back in the cradle, and it's after a moment it starts.
Yeah, I
Tricky
think
rocking
Paloma
again.
just like walks away without really saying goodbye. And it's like, okay. Is terrified and it's just like kind of by memory, not consciously walking home, just by
Yeah.
body memory. Is like headed back towards the library to see if there's anything in her notes from previous stuff about
Okay,
this.
cool. Meanwhile,
And staying
Uh,
away from people.
Gareth is back, and you're gonna try to talk to a ghost of Hargrave.
Yeah, whatever happens with these old bones.
Yeah, where are you doing that?
I'm doing it in my room because I'm assuming, hopefully, I feel like that's the safest. It's my territory. It's my sanctuary. I'm most familiar with it. And
What if someone went into your room, what is in there that would immediately indicate to them that it belonged to you and not some other weirdo there?
a whole bunch of absinthe. I mean, there's like one on a nightstand table. There's like a good dozen unopened bottles on a shelf where books would normally be, but not, yeah, no use for that. And then another one, a couple around the room, one down by the floor by the bed. So yeah, I just, always good to have absinthe handy.
Sweet. So what does it look like this time when you're trying to contact the ghost?
I think this time I'm gonna I lay down on the bed. So I'm trying to get as familiar and comfortable as a place as possible, and then can sort of laying on the bed can sort of reach up and touch the walls over my head.
Mhm.
And be like, all right, Hargrave House, be easy on me. trying to learn how to use this crazy new power I feel.
Cool. Go ahead and roll 2 dice with sensitivity.
Here it goes. This is good. Here comes a good one.
It's gonna be good.
All right, it's better.
It's not bad.
I mean, it's not horrible.
We already got all the bad ones out. So it should be good.
You just weren't rolling enough. You need to get the bad ones out, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Um,
I don't do a lot of rolling.
Cool. So old bones. A hit. A ghost will appear and answer a single question. Cool. I think let me look at the other playbooks. I think it's so. Is the ghost that appears? I'll give this to you. Is the ghost that appears an old hunter, or is it a servant from the house?
I actually think that it's someone who former Hargrave House members
Mhm.
helped out. Like they had died, and then it's one of the cases where like they figured out the case and avenged them, or whatever. And
Avenge
so
their soul.
sort of avenged their soul. And so now he finds this as a place of comfort and sort of watches over it a bit, like a
Nice.
a guardian in return. And makes sure
What
that
is
the people who
he-
live here are worthy.
Oh no!
What does he
is
look
it
like
there
when
or
he appears to you?
What's that?
That's our
What does he look
interview
like when he appears
process.
to you?
I feel it's I think it's a lady.
Lady.
It's a lady, and she's got her hair up, and she's got like a veil and a fairly nice dress with like a bustle, and it's not like super fancy, but it's not like a commoner dress either. It's probably like what a nice middle class person would wear to a function. Like, oh, we're going for a night on town to an opera or whatever.
Yeah, I think she I think she appears by walking in through the door, and at first you're startled because people usually don't walk in unannounced. And then like as she closes the door, you see that you can see the door through her. And it's almost a sense of relief, like, oh God, not a person. Okay, it's a ghost. Whew, okay.
Ghosts, I know.
And I think she got her hands clasped, and she like looks around and especially checks out like she doesn't look at you yet, but she's like looking at the air around you. It says, "Oh, good, they're gone. Oh, such a relief. I've been wanting to introduce myself for so long, but I've always been afraid, and now I don't know what you've done, but it feels safe in here." I'm sorry. My name's Ava. You're Gareth, of course. How did you get rid of them? And you feel like you don't hear the whispering or pressing in on you that you usually hear.
Oh,
You can sense that you're evil.
I did have that same thought. As soon as you said Ava, I was like, Willoughby.
What's your last name, Ava?
Her last name's Rosecroft.
Rosecroft dash Willoughby.
I'm not sure. I didn't consciously get rid of any beings. I was merely attuning myself to this building and trying to contact anyone else attuned or resonating with this place.
Well, I'm here all the time. Not all the time, just when I need a little bit of comfort.
Well, welcome. You are most
and she like
safe
sits
with
down
us
on
here.
the edge of the bed. So
I need help. We've had such trouble solving cases, and most immediately I feel I'm looking for a girl named Sally Willoughby. She could be Willoughby.
Sally literally has no last name.
She was I don't know if she's all right or not, but she was last seen at the St. James house, where there's something strange going on which we're trying to solve. If you have any insight into that case or Sally's whereabouts or what, any kind of clue that might help on either front.
Yeah. So she's going to ask for something in return. What is that?
If it's absinthe, she's in luck.
And Gareth won't give it to him. Nope, sorry, that's a deal
we do
breaker.
have our
It's
abjects.
my
Maybe
absinthe.
I need to remember to use my objects more often.
Oh yeah, that's right. For advantage. Okay, yeah. She kind of like looks as almost, she doesn't sniff the air, but almost as if she's like listening for something. It says, I think I know who you're talking about, but I have a favor to ask of you because I don't really want to leave this room right now.
And what can I do for you?
You're different than most of the people who have been here before, with your friends who are all around you all the time. It's made it very difficult. This is normally a place where I feel safe, and no offense intended, but since you moved here, it's felt significantly less safe. And I know that you have a special relationship with them. It's not like a haunting.
Indeed, my apologies for your discomfort.
I wonder if there's anything you could do to keep them away sometimes.
Do I offhand? I don't know of anything yet, right? I mean,
not offhand. Because probably like there's probably a point where if you knew, you probably would have done it already.
Right. So I figured I'd check. I was like,
does she need an ornate over-the-top erotic experience? I think she's good.
Oh, I forgot about my things too. Thanks for reminding
The
me.
night is still young, or the day is still young.
Well, madam,
Oh, I get
don't
to
know
talk
if
to my
that's a bad
child
thing to ask.
next.
She
believe me, every inch of ground I can gain on those entities I would love to. I'm afraid I don't know of a way, but I can promise you that I will look into it.
I know there's
And
one thing you can do
what is that?
because I'm not a weirdo, but sometimes I do follow you and I see the things
That's
that
not
you've
weird.
done.
Oh, well,
I'm not like Paloma.
in the afterlife, I'm sure you can't help it.
There's only so much to do.
Yes.
And I'm bound not only to places but people,
Hmm.
and you're one of them now.
Hmm.
I saw what you did the other night, last night, with your large, fiery, smoky friend.
Ah, yes.
And this is, and she like looks around a little bit more. It's like I could feel them coming back, but I noticed that when you intentionally brought one of them here into your world,
Mm-hmm.
the other one's quieted down
Hmm.
entirely. So I can go find you something, but I'm not sure I'll be able to make it back unless, I don't know if you could just bring a small one over. Oh, I don't know how it works.
So
I'll go look.
bring a small dark entity here, is what you're
It's
asking
just
of me?
physically manifest it, and I'll be able to come back so easily. I'll tell you everything I found.
Well,
They're coming. They're coming again.
That's most certainly something I can do.
I must go now. Thank you so much. And she clasps your hand, almost as if she's going to kiss it, but she doesn't. And then sort of like gathers her skirts and bustles off through the closed door. And you can feel the voices and the pressure coming back again.
It's like pollen season in Austin.
Francis.
Terrifying.
You are where did we leave you last?
In the basement.
The
St. James
basement.
Place.
Cool. So,
James Street.
what's your next move?
Let's see.
You notice the distinct lack of your companions.
Or any fine fruit. So I think let's see. What do we have in the way of clues at this point? We do have 5 clues. I think
4.
I'd like to see if I can run down the kid. Roger, was it?
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like maybe I've noticed. Have I noticed that he has gotten older, or was that?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's pretty clear. Yeah.
I'd like to follow up on that and
Yeah.
pose some
He's not
questions.
too hard to run into upstairs. He's just like tearing around. And when he comes running down the hallway at you, what do you do?
I think I make a show of being impressed, and it's like, oh, you seem like a lot more, so much more dignified, and dare I say, an inch taller since last we met.
No, I've just got a lot of energy, and he's kind of like fidgeting and.
Oh, when did that start? I mean, you were energetic before, but this is beyond anything.
No, I think Irma's been giving me good breakfast, and I've been getting good sleep and been exercising. My father hates the running around, but he can't catch me, so he won't stop me, and he takes off again.
And I think Francis is going to just try and keep up.
It's not too long, and like he'll come back to you in just a minute.
And yeah, so I think I'm trying to figure out how to do this with presence and not get stuck doing it with sensitivity. Yeah, I think maybe his next move is like, I don't know. I know I sometimes think that when I'm running around, it's because I'm really excited about something, and maybe I haven't even thought much about what it might be.
I don't believe you. I've never seen grown-ups run around like this.
You've never been to Cremorne Garden.
I'll race you.
Please, Frolic.
I'll race you across
do
the
we want
street and back.
So where is he going and back?
From the front steps across the street, touch the curb, and come back.
You're on. What
All right.
shall we race for though? What is the bet for, little Roger?
I don't know. What are you afraid might happen if you don't
Oh,
win this
God.
race?
I mean, this is a proper day move.
This is a
on
proper
Vitality.
day move.
Okay. I mean, feel free to reject this because it's so slight. But I feel like Francis getting beat by a kid is just going to be humiliating to him.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
he won't really have any means to express that through his sort of social
Little shit.
interface he's got. It's like he has to outwardly be cool with it and everything's fine, even though he's like really just like, God damn it.
All right, you have a vitality of 1, so
Yeah.
that's 2 dice
Sorry.
plus 1.
Sorry, everyone. Modifier +1.
The only time Francis let us down was in the sewer and racing a child.
Racing a small child. And here goes the roll. 8.
Nate. So
So there's
Yeah.
consequences of some sort.
there's consequences. I think what happens is you do win by an awful lot because you are a grown-up racing a child. And there are
But he's a slightly older child now. I'll have you
slightly
know.
he's like 10 and a half. But there are other people on the street, and they like stop and watch this beautiful man racing a child in the street. Is that Francis Quinn racing? Oh my god.
You find it somewhat less satisfying than you thought it would be to win that race.
Yeah, and you're back to the front steps before he gets to the curb on the other side. And I think you are embarrassed. I think you're gonna take the condition embarrassed.
Okay.
She just beat him so much, and it was like,
And he probably had a moment. Well, no, I guess not.
Does that work for you? Is that okay?
I think so, yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
I'm gonna have to get that out so I can do presence rules again without
Oh shit. All right.
just completely eating it on everything.
time to go shopping.
So he races back, and I think he actually like gives you like not hard enough to hurt, but like kicks you in the shin a little bit, like you cheated, and runs inside.
That's fair.
And you can hear his
By being an adult.
Yeah.
footsteps. I'll get you next time. Cool. And people are staring at you a little bit,
Yeah.
but they quickly move on.
Oh, and I got nothing out of that.
Yep. Except the satisfaction of beating a child.
Being a child.
And I think even like as he runs in, Mr. Beale is like standing at the open door, kind of quizzically looking at you, and just shakes his head and goes back inside.
I think I'm gonna go back to Hargrave House.
Final one is defeated by the Beale House. Day James Street, more dangerous than the night.
Cool. Do you want to do anything else during the day?
Do we
Probably
wanna-
late afternoon? But
We have 5 clues for St. James. No, we have, Wait, no, we have 4 clues for St. James. Never mind. So we
it's only
could
-2. I could be wrong.
we could do a -2 roll for the how to get the ghost to pass on. Do we have any?
do research in the library about this? I forgot.
We kicked around the idea.
They
Oh, you
tried
did
to do
the-
research without me, and they
You
fucked
did
up our
research on the
library.
fish people, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they tried to
Oh,
do
yeah, we
research
were-
on the
yeah,
fish
fish
people.
people.
Cool. One thing I don't know if I made 100% clear before. So after you answer the question that tells you how to resolve the threat, threats can only be resolved during night. So
Okay.
it's okay to take your time, but if you want to get this one knocked out.
Oh, but it's a
um,
step after.
Yeah. So
I thought the
you'll-
2 questions resolved it, but it's
No,
actually a step after.
they tell you how to resolve it, and then you actually have to do the action. So it's like, oh, I'm investigating this werewolf. You discover you did kill it with a silver bullet. Cool. Now you got to go get a silver bullet and shoot the werewolf. and then it turns out to be the American hunter.
What?
Seems to be really stereotypical.
New roommate.
It is.
New roommate.
I mean, depending how this goes. So yeah, there's a little bit of time left in the day if there's still something to do.
Oof.
I mean, I know my next thing I want to do. I don't know if it's something I could do during the day or if it's going to be my night move, but I feel like I'm going to do a ritual.
Yeah, you can do that
Yeah.
during the day.
To
Probably better if you do it during the day.
yeah, exactly. Because I know that one of the things I can do with a successful ritual is to observe another place or time.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's something Sean could help me out with.
Sean.
Oh, Sean.
And B,
Oh.
I kind of feel like maybe if I try to observe the St. James house back
Oh,
From a safe distance.
from a safe distance,
far, far away.
back when the incident took place, perhaps I can
Ooh,
gather a clue as to what happened and how to proceed forward.
yeah. Cool. So what does that ritual look like?
I feel like I'm constantly needing suggestions, like an improv troupe. Like, okay, I need a Christian ritual to pervert. Anyone? In the audience? Christian ritual to
Baptism.
pervert. Baptism. Love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Oh no.
I
You have
pour.
a lot of absinthe. I'll
Yeah.
point out.
You know where I'm going.
Hi, we're blasphemous baptism. Can I get a
3 bottles of absinthe into a big ceramic bowl.
Yeah.
Don't be around Paloma right now. Paloma's having some baby issues.
Oh no.
And so I go through the motions of baptism, but with a bowl of absinthe, and I say, and by the Holy Spirit that lives in the absinthe, help me to foresee my vision. And I grab my own hair and I dunk my head
The green
into
fairy.
into the bowl full of absinthe.
I was going to suggest that you baptize Sean, but that's even better.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that to Sean. no.
Sean doesn't
Wouldn't put up
drink.
with that.
I think Sean probably voluntarily uses like a bird bath, gets in there, frolics around a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absinthe.
Um,
Sean is a classy
cool. Yeah, that's great. I love it. Let's roll with sensitivity.
At advantage.
Yeah, so I get 3d6 plus 2 now, or
Yeah,
3d6
your-
keep the 2 highest. Is that how that works?
Your ritual gives you advantage. Is that right?
Well, since I'm Sean, would I guess gives me
Oh
advantage.
yeah. Oh yeah. Using Sean definitely gives you advantage. So it's 3 dice. Take the top 2.
And then add my sensitivity.
Yes.
Okay, so here's the 3d6 part. So 2 highest is a 9 plus 2, 10, 11. Finally, a decent
Nice.
fucking roll.
And there's that 2 right there. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sean frolics around in the little bird bath and floofs up and shakes off. And where in Hargrave House is your room? Can you describe like physically where it's located?
Yeah, it's definitely on an. I don't. How many? Do we know how many floors? Have we determined how many total floors there are?
Whatever you like. It's a fancy house.
I think for whatever reason, because I'm a fan of the Brady Bunch, and that's not really the reason, I have made the attic my room.
Oh, okay.
When we moved in, and I cleaned it out, and I was like, I like being as high as possible. Just feels good for
Yeah.
for sensitivity issues and safety
Um,
issues. So,
Are
yeah,
there? I assume are there windows or not in the attic?
yes, there are.
Okay, cool.
windows.
Yeah. And since Sean comes and
I mean,
goes
not
from
one. It's
windows-
like I feel like it's one of those like it's probably like one. You know, like when you look at a house, you kind of see there's like that one window at the very top. It's usually like in the
Mm.
attic. Maybe
So
one on
is it
both sides.
like kind of like a stained glass deal or a
No, I mean it's clear, but it's I feel it's a round window with
I'll be right back.
panes, so it's not like a single pane. You know, it's kind of one of those ornate decorative round windows, and I feel like there's probably one on either side of the room, like one looking at the front of the house, one looking at the back of the house.
I think when Sean is being used by you for magic purposes,
I take that back. 4 of
Um,
them. There's in all directions, one on each wall.
the stations of the elements, yeah.
Yes.
I think Sean flies out that round window through the center pane, um, like through the glass. So normally he's just a normal bird hopping around, but when you're like, cool, it's magic time, he gets all juiced up and just like he's able to pass through the glass.
Magic
safely.
Sean.
Magic Sean.
Oh, Magic Sean.
And I think you can kind of like, as soon as he goes through the glass, you kind of like get racked back a little bit, get a little bit of vertigo because immediately you've kind of got like the transposed image of what Sean is seeing.
I go into my Game of
flying
Thrones trance.
over the yeah exactly yeah and it's kind of like focusing on something near or far. Like you can bring your focus back to the room, but also like put it back to where Sean is. So it's not like you're not blind while he's doing it.
Yeah.
You're able to switch back and forth. And so he wheels around a little bit and heads down to St. James Place. And what exactly are you looking to find, I guess, or what are you looking for? Where are you looking, maybe?
Well, I was trying to like basically look at the basement at the time of the incident.
Oh yeah. Yeah, cool. So I think as he's flying over London, you see the sun setting, but it sets in the east and then rises again in the west, and then kind of like flickers back and forth until it's just a kind of a smear of days. And as he's flying over, you can see like, oh, this building's new and it's going back down, and this thing, and the Thames is rising and lowering stuff, until he gets to the sidewalk in front of St. James Place, where the where you made a hole before, but clearly that hole is filled up at this time, and he kind of like pecks at the ground a little bit, and then takes off and just swoops and goes straight down through the ground and comes out in the basement. And so you were looking for the first thing that happened, right? The original
whatever the
dying
original
of fright.
incident was.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna have this be a investigation move with sensitivity. And since you're using Sean, it's also with advantage.
I love it all. I love all of that. It's all good. Okay, so then let's see this part. 7, 8, 9. So slightly less good, but still all right.
That's pretty good. No harm will come to Sean.
Damn right.
I'm trying to remember what I said about the original one. What Irma said. Oh shit. Yeah, so you come, so Sean is like perched up on a shelf in the basement, and you're not sure exactly how long ago this is, but you remember Irma said it was half a dozen years ago. Was that it? I'm trying to see there.
I have the memory of a sieve. Apparently.
Remember, it was before.
Yeah, it was before.
One of those memories.
Before it was before the Beals moved there, which was a few years back. So yeah, let's say it was about 6 years back. And you see Irma coming down the stairs, and the voices are kind of muddly because bird ears, and she's kind of like talking, and someone's coming down. It's a young girl coming down with her. She's dressed in a maid's uniform, like plain blue with a white apron and a little bonnet, and she's like pointing, like, go over to that that shelf or whatever, get something there. And then she like goes to get a stool, and as she's moving around, Irma kind of like drops her arms and goes not stiff but rigid, and her face goes that blank again. And the other woman like saying something over her shoulder, and Irma doesn't respond. And she gets a tin of flour or something that she was getting, and crawls back down. And when she turns around, she drops it all over the place. The flour goes on the floor and drifts up and starts drifting down again. And she just is screaming, and she just keeps screaming until it feels like it's almost as if she runs out of breath and can't scream anymore, and then just stands there with her mouth open as if she's screaming but making no noise, and eventually just collapses on the ground. You can't see Irma's face while this is happening, but clearly something had changed in her. And after a few moments, she sort of comes back to life and looks, and she screams, but more of a like, fuck, instead of a terrified scream. And she runs upstairs, presumably to tell someone.
These are the kind of followers you have, Francis.
Yeah.
Fair point.
And
The sailor's nice.
let's see, what is the clue that you get? I had I think this counts as this is a vivid dream about violence between two, it says unknown people, but you know one of them. That's cool. So that is your clue there. I'll put that in the threat sheet.
Can we ever really know someone?
Gareth can.
I like to know everybody.
That's biblically no.
There's something weird with the F's in the font in these threat books because they always come out weird. And
They're haunted. That's where the ghost likes to live.
They live between the F's. What happens next? I think danger. Oh,
Yeah, there was a complication from that, I guess.
yeah.
Peter narking out.
Ooh, yeah, I'm just looking up trying to find out like what
You forgot our pop quiz teacher.
Damn it.
It's just,
and I think Sean like just as a bird for a little bit is like, oh, there's a spider here, grab the spider, eat the spider. And when he looks back, Irma is standing in front of the body again, but you can only see the top half of her, and she kind of looks up and looks around and cocks her head like real weird, and looks back at Sean, and it's not Irma's face. It's hard to tell what it is, and Sean just like fucks off and like goes back through the wall up through the.
Is it Sean's face?
It's not Sean's face, and he comes flying back over London.
Fishman and Crow Woman.
But tiny.
Kind of wheels back again, and you see this half spectral Irma without Irma's face flying after him, and he like leads her back, and time rolls forward again, and she becomes more and more immaterial, and is probably almost entirely gone by the time he gets back and flies through the window again. But you swear, like after you come back to yourself, you swear you see a face outside the window for a moment, that it's gone.
Good job, Sean. Have some peanuts.
Oh, peanuts. I'm a parrot.
Could say some words, right?
Crows are smart, yeah. I feel like that works.
Use tools.
time to go to Google.
And
Cool.
crows
So
talk.
5 clues. So you could do a solve now.
At minus
straight
1,
up.
right?
Or you could save it. I think you're even now.
Well, because
or
it
you
said
could save it for
complication
the next
6, right? We only have 5 clues.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. If you
Who's
save it
narking
for the
now?
Next day,
Yeah.
you'll get XP for it if you do it on a different day. So
Mark was all like, yeah,
Yeah.
you could just do it here straight up. And I'm like, actually, no, we couldn't. We'd have a minus 1.
Actually.
did look at me. Yeah, so that's that. And I think the sun is going down as you complete that.
Don't let the sun go down on me. Go down on me.
Get your saxophone out. Cool. So it is dusk now. And let's do a paint the scene, right? Let's make sure we're good. Resolve any playbook moves. Paloma may choose 2 things from her lists for the
Oh
resurrectionist.
yeah, time to go shopping.
Time to go shopping. What would you like?
Did someone say
Definitely.
shopping?
Well, I definitely want a body part.
Oh, that
You
kind
could
of
have had a whole
thing.
baby. Just there you go.
Could have taken a whole baby.
And then you're done.
I did in the first few sessions we played this game. I did misunderstand and thought I should just take pieces off of every dead body.
But they're not the right pieces.
So not the right.
Yeah, I figured like you have to be picky and choosy, right? That's why you can't just
Yeah.
like go, here's a whole corpse.
And I'm gonna murder some people and take their body parts.
Could have taken. I could. Yeah, I would just become a murderer, I guess.
You all fight these monsters. I've got my own.
I'll be here watching.
Oh, is this side character causing you problems? I have a solution that works.
Oh, Peter, would
Actually,
you
I was
make
gonna
it your
say-
follower and then make it kill
Yeah.
itself?
Paloma and Francis
Just
could
do
have a
that
really
a
good
bunch of
little
times.
assembly line
Yeah.
deal going on where Francis
This one
kills the
doesn't
side
serve me
Then I'll
characters.
anymore.
forgive you and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Gives
Oh, cool. What's your
parts to
other
Paloma.
what's your other action you'd like
I'm
the
thinking
Harley and
about
the
it.
buddies do? Harley and the boys.
Harley and the boys.
Dude.
What are we gonna do tonight?
Harley and the boys. I don't know the chords to that.
Do we know what we might get up to tonight? We're gonna try to do this ghost stuff.
Well, we can't do the ghost stuff without having resolved the second.
I mean, we
question.
could still
Yeah.
be trying to get clues for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just
I
trying
mean,
to figure out
and
if
you
it'd be
could
better
do,
to have
you
Harley
could do a
with
trout
us,
solve with
or
-1 if you want. So,
that's true.
but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. I haven't tried the like steal and grave robbing stuff yet, so
Ooh, grave robbers.
let's do
cool.
some stealing some shit. I think my headphones are starting to lose their power, so hopefully they'll
Oh,
last
no.
a little bit longer. If not, I'll just keep on mute.
Cool. So that will be in the dawn. You will ask either Gareth or Francis what you found, and then you'll add that to your personal quarters. Cool. You got a lot of stuff in there.
I'm about to get a lot of shit.
Cool. I think let's do the.
You can't hear that when I'm muted, right?
Nah.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, I mean, not that it would matter. I was just figuring out chords. It might have been annoying. I thought I was muted.
Shit. Guys.
I think I'm going to ask you about the basement at Hargrave House. The basement at Hargrave House is
Okay.
cluttered with the belongings of long dead hunters who used to live at Hargrave House. What do you take from it? And everyone can answer it and add it to your personal quarters.
Oh, shit.
More absinthe.
Absinthe bottle number 5.
From personal experience, like formaldehyde contained medical experiments are always a good creepy thing to have in a Victorian basement.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like, so they were also hunters.
Yeah.
They're like Van Helsing types.
Mhm.
Oh, I know. I think I find perfect for me. I find something they recovered from one of their mysteries. It's a rewritten copy of the Bible, but that was rewritten with different stuff crossed out and notes in the margins by this cult who believed it was not quite correct.
So a
So,
desecrated Bible.
Yes, a desecrated
sounds like.
Bible. Exactly.
Cool.
I find a bone saw.
Bone saw. What's
Um,
special about the bone saw?
It's a bone saw that never gets dirty.
Ooh, or never gets dull too.
Or never gets dull or dirty.
Oh,
Yeah.
quick question, because I totally forgot about this. Did I get my magical glittery powder puff back from Toby?
Oh
Oh
no!
no, you didn't.
Maybe he can go to his room and get it back.
Maybe you have to
Get it back, get it back. Get
Let's
it back.
spend our
Yeah.
whole night doing that.
get.
I'd forgotten about that.
my microphone.
No, you're-
Yeah, well, now you're there. Something happened to you for a second, but
There we go. Yeah, something happened.
because I was looking and I was like, that's not checked as used, but it's crossed out. Why is that? I was like,
Yeah,
oh
Toby
yeah,
took
because
it.
Toby
Oh,
took it.
yeah.
Yeah, you might have to get
Okay.
that back from Violet somehow. Do it.
Oh no.
Cool. We've got a magic always sharp bone saw. We've got a desecrated Bible. You know who the bone saw belonged to?
Was it a Willoughby?
Goddamn Willoughbys.
Traveling all.
I
over
think
the place.
there was like a Dr. Moreau type hunter
Oh, nice.
who was doing experiments with creating human
Putting
animal
animals on
hybrids,
people. Oh yeah.
putting animals on people, and he had a bone saw and like it got magicked when someone tried to like attack him, but it actually backfired and made his bone saw like real cool.
Awesome. I love it. You can indicate the kind of person they belong to in your note. That would be great. Because that would be super fun to play with. What about Francis?
Let's see. Is there, and it can just be anything, I guess. I mean, within,
Anything that belonged to an old hunter, probably. Or,
I was thinking
or
some-
was recovered by an old hunter.
some sort of identification papers, like, or maybe a badge actually for pretending to be a detective or something like that.
Yeah, like an old police badge.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ah,
Is
that's
there
cool.
anything special about it?
Yeah, if you look closely at it, there's a strange insignia on it that's not associated with the police force that anyone
Nice.
knows about.
How about
There's
I'm
a
gonna
like
say,
an eye in a geometric shape in the center.
yeah? How about
I'll
like
just use- The answer to that was no. Is there anything special about it? Nah. That was a
Fine.
prop badge from like an old community theater play.
it's a police badge with a lodge symbol on it.
Okay.
See if that
And-
comes into play.
Add that to here.
Awesome. That's a fun one. I didn't read the whole thing, and there it is. Boom.
Didn't read the
each-
whole what?
I didn't
thing?
read the
What?
whole question for the basement. I was like, oh,
Oh.
basement sounds good because you were in the basement. They're like,
Oh,
you get
cool.
some stuff. Cool. All right. Hunters, what are we doing tonight? Let's start with whoever wants to go, I guess.
In our baby's glitter back.
And that's mission one.
No one steals makeup from Gareth except for
I
us.
do. I mean, I definitely feel like I should visit that, not just for that, but I probably do also remember like, oh yeah, he had my damn thing. But I should probably also, have a talk with Violet and kind of figure out what's going on. This whole like notion of me being the new Toby, because like
Yeah.
there's gonna be some changes if
In
that's the
case you
case.
have some things you need to do with it.
There's some shit to work out
Cool.
in regards
We're
to
gonna meet
the
with
brothel.
Violet. What about Francis?
This is, feel free to reject this, but I think there's a elegant party with some of the fancy movie stars who were friends of the disappeared
Oh, do you want to go to a party at the Obscura?
Obscura. Yeah, I
What's it
think
called
so.
again? The Society Obscura.
Can
Woo,
I go to
party.
the party too? Because I want to talk to the inventor, maybe.
Oh
or-
yeah,
I want to talk science with them.
perfect.
Or sit in a corner and read a book and be reasonable.
I think we might get some stuff done here. That's gonna be a good time. Oh boy.
Is there a montage where Francis takes Paloma shopping for the big party?
So yeah, I think the pictures were sent by that Bert Broadwell person. And I think they were delivered to you by delivery, clearly, in the morning. And when you got up for your absinthe breakfast,
Yeah.
that was part of the Daily Mail with your copy of the what the fuck you call it, the
Paper?
Illustrated Police News.
Oh, yeah.
So and along with the photos and a note, or the photo and a note, was a calling card invitation to tonight's soiree at the
Yeah.
Society Obscura.
I'm really shooting for the opposite of slogging through the sewers.
It will be. Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to
Probably.
have a really good time.
You will. You sure will.
So we'll cross cut between whatever Gareth is doing.
Cool. And I think that's the end of Dusk. I think this is a good place to stop if people are feeling it. We can start with the unseen next time.
Yeah, that seems good.
I'm pretty tired.
Yeah, I'm kind of been feeling weird all day because I was up too late working on music last
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
I was up too late making myself Klingon flashcards.
Oh yeah. Are you using Anki for that, or?
I'm going through the Duolingo course and just like doing my own little version of it.
Are you
Oh,
using
yeah.
physical flashcards or using a program called Anki? I think
Oh no,
so.
I'm not using Anki. I'm just
Okay.
using my own little files.
Yeah, I figured if anybody has their own
Probably.
SRS system set up.
I had this inspiration to do a song yesterday evening, and pretty early evening. Worked on it all night. About 2 a.m. I thought I was done, and then
Mhm.
literally I was about to go to bed. I was like, no, it needs epic strings at the end.
Of course it does.
And then I was up till 4 doing that.
Fair. Cool. Want to do quick stars and wishes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How about I will call on people. Let's do Heath first. Stars and or wishes.
I mean, I don't know that I have any wishes that can be fulfilled because it's just the fucking dice. It's all. It's it. It's just it. Stars wise, it's just, something I was thinking about the other day, because I know like one of the times I said like that I do, I enjoy our scenes together, which I do. But then I also got to thinking about how like it is fun to have a mix, because like when we do have separate scenes, and it's also kind of fun to like, well, I can just get to sit back and like watch y'all play,
Yeah.
and it's fun. I like watching you guys do your thing. So it is sort of where like you can't go wrong. Like I like playing with you guys, but I also just like watching you guys do stuff.
Cool. Anything else?
Not from me. I mean, all
Cool.
good. I'm just having fun.
Let's do then. Next round.
Do what?
Stars and wishes.
For me? Sorry, I didn't
Yeah.
hear who was being called on.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think the star for me this time was just getting to lean into Francis being schmoozy was very satisfying. It's like, oh, that's where that character goes, and just being able to lean into that for a while. Wishes. Honestly, this is going to be challenging for me, but I probably need to start doing some more Masks of the Past and finding ways to build more backstory for him.
Just intentionally roll with your -1.
Maybe so, yeah.
Well, I do find, yeah, I feel like there's something we all have in common in all the games we play, is I do feel like being intelligent people, who want to quote unquote win or whatever, that we're always like real like hesitant to use our resources and hesitant to do, when it's like, that's what they're there for.
Yeah.
And like, for example, you marking off your portrait stuff, is like, that's why it's in the game,
That's
to
the
be
countdown,
used,
yeah.
as opposed to like, oh, well, we don't make Peter mark his portrait.
Yeah.
It's more like
You
that's
might
part
need
of,
it later.
it's part of Peter's character.
The designer of the Quiet Year, Avery, has a saying. I think she has in her books for play your characters like they're stolen cars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
That's a great metaphor.
Well, that's why I haven't been like super worried about the fact that I've already marked off so many damn masks. I'm like, well, that's what they're there
in
for.
Worst case, you take 15 minutes to make a new 100.
Yeah.
And I really want to use Take It Away at some point.
Yeah, that'd be
So
great.
we just kind of barrel towards oblivion.
Cool. Anything else? Peter?
I don't think so. Yeah, if I can, if the next upgrade, I want to probably upgrade vitality just so one of us can punch things.
Nice.
But no, I don't
Somebody's
think
got
I
to
had-
punch things.
Cool. And Nicole, stars and wishes.
Yeah, I think stars are that I love how balanced the game is, that even if we try to do things that we're really good at, and even if we try to stay together, the mechanics of the game inevitably make us do things we're not necessarily good at and split us up. It already gives us that shape of show, even if we are trying for one thing. Yeah, and my wishes is, speaking of resources, remembering that I have objects I can use. And a drawback of totally relying on your partner to tell you how to play the game is that you don't know what a reason move even means. So better understanding. I mean, now that I know like what a reason move is, it isn't just like me being logical. I thought I had misinterpreted it and didn't read it carefully. So I was like, this time I'm gonna do reason moves. I was like, and that's roll for presents.
Yeah, and this keeper is really cool because it has a lot of notes
That's
like
really nice
all over the place.
Has it.
Yeah.
I just didn't. Yeah, I think having and that's not a thing that like I'm beating myself up about. It's something that kind of comes with playing the game over and over. Being like, oh yeah, I have objects. Oh yeah, I should use reason. I'm sure Paloma, and it also is the character too. The character is probably also being like, oh, I can't just like, because Paloma probably watches Francis do these things and it's like, oh, he made it look, yeah, that should be easy. This like backfires. And it's like, oh wait, maybe I'm not good at that. Paloma's also discovering herself and what she's good at, so it makes for a good shape of show that way.
Yeah.
So I think my wishes are to remember I have objects and use them when it's fun.
Yeah.
I feel like I do a relatively good job of failing those still and letting that be part of the story. And then trying to use reason in the ways that it's meant to be used, but also recognizing that the story will take me away from that and then I'll have to do things I'm not good at.
Lucky
Cool.
you still having objects.
I had a lot of fun this time. Went a lot of places I wasn't expecting to. That was really cool. We the whole day. That's fun. And yeah, just like great. I think great things that leaned into everyone's characters. Francis getting Irma on board and kind of like she's kind of become a vehicle for the ghosts through all the investigation stuff and doing like dropped off 2 rituals, I think. Was super cool. Getting Sean in play, it was great to see how like that turned out and how that got you in a different kind of trouble. Even the Paloma doing her thing with the scene in the attic was
attic scene was
that
really
was cool. And the foot race with George, always good. Like why? Yeah, I guess I'm not doing this on purpose. George is just, that's what George wants, so I guess that's what's happening. And then again, like the support the games gives you, if you're like, no, I don't want to do that. Or something. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, and everything it feels like we are like we have our momentum down and like stuff is going. The new threat is going to be super fun. I can't wait to see how it turns out at the party. Yeah,
that's another thing, like, kind of along the same lines as not being afraid to use resources, is I keep thinking like trying to let go of like, you know what, if I use up all my masks, Gareth dies, it's fine, I come back as somebody else and we keep playing. It's not, like, not a big deal really.
Cool. And that's all I've got, and we're off next week, right?
Well, unless we wanted to do it Sunday night, we talked about it. Definitely off Friday.
Sunday, maybe. Yeah.
Because I have a gig Sunday afternoon, but like I said, I'd be back by the normal time, probably Sunday night.
Right. Is that the Eggman gig?
Yeah.
Nice. So that'll be the 27th. Oh no, I have. Oh no.
I'm free after 5:30 probably. Yeah.
Cool. I am not free. I've got a bunch of stuff planned on that day.
Oh wait, this is
Oh.
next.
On the
Yeah.
27th.
Yeah,
Oh
27th.
wait, no, I'm not. You invited me to something.
So yeah, I guess we're just off next week then.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right then. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye, internet.